HD2, Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310.
We are Fox Sports.
This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
KindFest 2025. Join Fox Sports 1310 AM for KindFest 2025 at Mount Trashmore, Virginia Beach on Saturday, April the 12th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. KindFest is a free pet and family-friendly community event to help bring Hampton Roads together for a day full of positivity to support local nonprofit organizations and fun. There will be food trucks, bounce houses, games, live music from Stack Bar Jones, and a special performance from national recording artist Ryan Larkins, presented by Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. For more information about the event, head on over to mykindfest.com. Again, that is mykindfest.com. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. This is your Fox Sports update. The Norfolk Admirals beat the Iowa Heartlanders 5-3 Sunday afternoon. Johnny Sorensen had two goals, and the Admirals have officially clinched their spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs for the second consecutive year. While playoff dates are still unknown, you can purchase your playoff tickets now at norfolkadmirals.com. Again, that is norfolkadmirals.com. The Great Chase is over. Alex Ovechkin scored career goal number 895, passing hockey legend Wayne Gretzky to become NHL's all-time leading scorer. The Capitals would go on to lose the game to the Islanders 4-1. The UConn Huskies won the UConn Huskies women's basketball won their national championship number 12 yesterday, beating 1 seed South Carolina 82-59. Paige Becker scored 17 points in her final game as a Husky. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, always stream live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app with Suave, myself, and Johnny D. Let's get to it.
live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Great to be with you on a Monday. It is an overreaction Monday. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A friendly reminder, you can check us out on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram in the Morning Drive Johnny D. And we are broadcasting live in living color this morning. Hello to everybody watching on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we? We doing okay this morning?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
J-Lo looks spectacular in his Fighting Phil's hoodie. Did they win yesterday or no?
They did, yeah, 8-7.
So did they take 2 or 3?
They did.
From the almighty LA Dodgers.
Yes, they did.
And I was in Philadelphia on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was. Wow. Taking it all in.
Did you go?
Well, you know me. When duty calls. When a pep talk is needed.
You need that pep talk.
When a pep talk is needed, you know who is.
You had to go have a conversation with Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper.
Absolutely.
Hey, like and Johnny D.
That's right, because it pays. So
more ways than one.
Nice little pep talk with the boys. They come out. They win the series over the Dodgers, who was already crowned as the best team in Major League Baseball history going into the weekend. But it was at Philadelphia on Friday. Took it a little OV hockey, okay. a little dual screen going on, right? A little college basketball on the women's side. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. I don't want to take your thunder there, Suave. I know you are the face of women's basketball. But if you're okay with it this morning, I do want to talk about UConn winning it all over the weekend.
Go right ahead.
Right. I knew you would not have an issue with that. So I do want to get into that conversation here in a little bit. And Gino Auriemma and his place in history, because look, it's been 9 years? Mm-hmm. 9 years since the University of Connecticut have cut down the nets.
That's crazy.
Now Gino Auriemma has got 12 of them. 12 of them. I think he's 12-1 in title games. Yet when we're talking about some of the greatest of all time ever to coach on the sidelines, he's never brought up. You bring it up Krzyzewski, you bring it up John Wooden. There are a lot of people that you bring up, but you are not bringing it up. Hank has already chimed in this morning. UConn, ho-hummer. No, not a ho-hummer. They went out and took care of business. So I do want to talk a little bit about it because there is some audio. If we get a chance today, I want to play a Paige Becker's in her postgame talking about her relationship with Gino Auriemma. And I will say this. And look, I mean, full transparency. I'm not a huge women's basketball fan. I know that's shocking to anyone listening to this radio program, and I'm not going to try to fool you.
Very shocking.
However, if you can't appreciate the backstory at Paige Becker's, shame on you. That's what I'll say. Because you're talking about an individual who I believe at that time was the top recruit coming out of high school. And in her first year, I believe was the player of the year in college basketball as a freshman, went to the Final Four. Then she tore her ACL. Then she had another tear 2 or 3 games back from the ACL. She literally sat out, Suave, for 2 years. And she's been to the Final Four 4 times, now got an opportunity to win it. But you want to talk about persevering. Now, look, she might be 25 years of age. I don't even know at this point. However, a little college basketball today because yours truly cashed some big tickets on Saturday. Big tickets. And I'm not only talking about Florida, which that game was tremendous.
Oh, man.
Yes,
God almighty.
Yes.
I mean, Auburn had no business losing this basketball game, but they did. And all because of Walter Clayton Jr. Again, probably the best closer I've seen in a long time when you're talking about men's basketball. So Florida punches their ticket with a win over Auburn. And Todd Golden, their 39-year-old head coach, only to play the University of Houston, which, by the way, took the money line like we talked about up Friday.
Nice little payout.
Took the money line. A little bit of jeopardy. Not going to lie. I was thinking about, look, in all honesty, I was thinking about 5 minutes into the game, live betting Duke.
You should have doubled down on it when they were down 6
I
late
was-
in the game.
Look, at that point, J-Lo, I had so much money riding on it already. I was not in a position to double down.
Oh, no.
All right.
That's not
To the
good.
point of I better hedge my bet and maybe I just go with Duke here on the live bet and just call it a day. But I give credit to Kelvin Sampson and the boys. Look, they got her done. And Duke is a fantastic basketball team. I thought John Shire has been tremendous all year long. What I will say is this. What didn't Duke early on in the college basketball season is what did them in when it was all said and done. They played a tough schedule. They did not play a tough schedule in the ACC. That hurt them. But they played a tough schedule early on. But if you notice early on what happened at the end of games, they really relied on an 18-year-old to carry them down the stretch.
That's supposed to be in high school.
And that didn't get it done. And nothing against Cooper Flagg, man. The kid is tremendous. He's going to have a fantastic career in the NBA. No doubt about it. But you're putting a lot on his shoulders, asking him to carry it down the stretch. So we'll talk basketball today on the program. Also going to talk a little hockey, Ovi. That'd be Ovechkin.
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Yes, Alexander Ovechkin, the former overall #1 pick of the Washington Capitals way back when. He sets the record. But I think it was the time he was not on the ice that a lot of people are talking about. So we will get into that conversation today as well. The Tell 'em Kel talk and text line is open as always on an Overreaction Monday, 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. You want to engage with the program, hit us up on the X at Drive Johnny D. Also, you want to put a comment into the comment box this morning on YouTube. We'll talk about it at Cova Sports TV, where Hank has chimed in already this morning saying, UConn Ho Hummer, there are maybe 6 viable women basketball programs in the country. That might be true.
Yeah,
I mean,
it probably is.
it probably is. I'll take your word for it there, Hanker. How many 5-star players on UConn? A lot. But guess what? There are a lot of 5-star players on Duke, too.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the job done. And we live at an age now, man, where even the 5-star players, it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
Because if you look at some of the rosters, like look at the roster for the men's side of the Final Four. Auburn, look at how many seniors and grads that they got. They got a lot. Houston, how many seniors, grad, transfer they got? They got a lot. Duke, tallest team in college basketball, might be the youngest of all the 4
Mhm.
that were in the Final Four when you're starting 3 freshmen over there. However, they are 3 freshmen that are scheduled to go top 10 in the NBA draft. And then you got that other team over there. What was the other team? Florida. Who's got a bunch of 5th-year and old guys. So, on the women's side, yeah, UConn's got to have a lot of 5-star players. Does not equate to just winning a national championship all the time. And where Hank was wrong Walter Clayton Jr. You better mark that down, J-Lo.
He was wrong?
He was wrong.
That may be the first time on this fine program that the old hanker was wrong. So, look, a lot to get into this morning. I noticed Suave is wearing his green and gold this morning. Why is that there, Suave? You look good, by the way.
Thank you very much. Also wearing my glasses.
Yeah, what's up with the glasses?
Because now I'm an official sports professor. I done joined Aaron Moore and Doug Tuttle now.
Oh,
because who was the lone wolf on Friday and called that Houston was going to beat Duke? Even Paulie texted because he heard the show and said, "What's lottery numbers?" That's why right now, Johnny D, I'm part of the sports professors. It only took me 7 months to learn how to do sports betting.
Now, have you asked for them to give permission to let you into the group?
That is true.
I mean,
unofficial.
Unofficial. Okay.
That's the title. Unofficial.
Gotcha.
So now, if y'all ever need any numbers, any over-unders, money lines, spreads, and all that good stuff, you can ask your unofficial sports professor Suave.
Okay.
I got y'all.
Let me ask you this, Suave, since you are a prognosticator on this fine program.
Oh, nice word.
What was it about? Well, thank you. What was it about Houston that you found appealing to lead them to the victory over Duke? What was it about Houston that you decided to go against the popular opinion of the community of college basketball and said, I'm going to go this direction? What was it about Houston?
I just felt like because they played tough. They played like they beat you up. They try to push you down. Like they get in your face type of play. And when it comes to that type of play, I just felt like going against Duke really never had that. You know, I know you got Cooper Flag, and one of the things he always been saying that he backs down people because he's either taller than them, bigger than them. So now you got Houston who's willing to come right back at you. So now Duke may not be used to that, and then Houston will wear you down. I mean, look at it. Duke scored the lowest they scored. Duke was used to having 80 points, 90 points, 100 points. They would score, 67? So you think about like that. That's because defense wins championship.
Oh, will you stop with the cliche, please? Stop with the cliche, please.
Keep going with the cliches, Suave.
Please stop with the cliches.
When the tough gets going, the going gets tough.
Good heavens. Help me.
Hey,
Stop.
you asked for it.
I did ask for it. Physical. Yeah, Houston is physical. They were going to beat on them a little bit. And look, it came down to Cooper Flag. He had an opportunity to get them into the national championship and could have get it done at the end with a little turnaround. A turnaround, which, by the way, against a lot of teams, he's able to get to the block, was not able to get to the block. This is what Houston has hung their hat on all year, but so is Duke. And one thing we need to get into today, and we'll probably put it up on the poll this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D there, J-Lo. Was it or was it not a foul? Right? That's the big, kid you not. I'm driving home yesterday, dropped my parents off at their palatial estate of Virginia Beach. And one of my buddies who lives right around the corner pokes his head out. And the first thing he says to me is, was it a foul? Bad call. Bad call on Cooper Flag. Bad call on the over the back on Cooper Flag. Right? This is what everybody is talking about.
Yes.
All right, so we start breaking it down. I'm like, I didn't really get a good look at the camera angles. I didn't see the other angle. Was he hooking his arm? Was he not hooking his arm? I mean, the guy in Houston obviously drove him back a little bit. This is a point of contention, trust me, from coaching, that I have a conversation with an official every single high school game. Can you please explain to me what an over the back is? Because I don't know anymore. So I don't know anymore.
It's very inconsistently called.
I have no idea.
Especially at the high school level.
At the high school level, forget about it. I have no idea. You can teach. First off, you really don't teach kids anymore how to block out.
No.
That's a little bit unrealistic, especially with a 3-point shot, long rebounds, everything else. It's more of a find the guy, hit the guy, go get the ball type of tactic. But when you're on a free throw line, right? It's a little bit different. But that was a point of contention on social media too. So I'll put it up on the poll this morning, if you don't mind, on the X at Drive Johnny D. I am curious to see the over the top call, Cooper Flag. Was it or was it not a foul? I know it was called.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Called.
And here's the other thing I know, Duke fans, and I love you guys to death, but one thing you got to figure out. No, not really.
I don't.
I'm trying to be nice. I don't look. You're not allowed to have a conversation about this.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're
Yes, I
not
am.
because you are a UVA fan.
Yeah.
All right. So we
And you're a
know.
Syracuse fan.
ACC bias.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference. Like Syracuse, I despise Duke. You took Malik Brown. It's all good. But I'm not like you, where there's a lot of bad blood when you're talking about Virginia and Duke. Like Syracuse
I have an
was
opinion.
formerly in the Big East.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like UVA and Duke. ACC for how long?
Forever.
So you've hated them for 18 years of your life.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right.
Right. So there is a deep-rooted hate there that you have for Duke. I don't have a deep-rooted hate. I'm a fan of John Shire. I think he's great. I think some of the ball players there were great. I like Proctor. I like the Con Knipple kid. I like Cooper Flagg. I think he's good for college hoops. However, you can't blow a 16-point lead?
Yeah. You can't put yourself in that position in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right here. I jotted it down. Duke led by 14 with 8:03 left. Led by 9 with 2:06 left.
Yep.
Led by 6 with 34 seconds left. Led by 3 with 25 seconds left. Led by 1 with 19 seconds left. So you can't blame it on one call. You can't.
That's the way I always try and look at it. That's the way, because I will be the first to tell you, years ago, I would be the very first person to be screaming at the refs and for blowing a call or whatnot. I've matured a lot in that sense, where you cannot ride the whole game on one missed call, or you can't ride the whole game in baseball on one striker ball for call. In my opinion, is it a foul? Yes. Is it really soft? Yes. I don't think you call it in that situation. And when you're late in the game in a moment like that, I don't think it's a foul. If that's just in the middle of the first half, I think so. Yes. I think you kind of get caught up in the moment.
Well, one thing about it is they should have got to that point in the first place. So you can't anybody blaming that call. I mean, the team got to that point. So really blaming it as a team fault. Number two, I have known over the back, for what I looked at and read in the NBA, it's literally if you climb it on somebody's back, that's over the back. Now, when I seen it, that was the most softest over the back I ever seen in basketball, because it was the length of Cooper Flagg. He was just getting the ball and they called over the back. And if you look at any NBA game, over the back is literally somebody basically doing a horse ride on somebody getting the rebound.
Well, first off, don't compare it to an NBA game.
Yeah.
But you're also allowed 7 steps at an NBA game.
I thought it was 8.
Look up the definition. Jay, I am curious. What is the definition of over the back? Because every time that I've talked to an official during a game, I've gotten a different response, to the point I just forget about it. I kind of tell the kids, look, just go after the ball until they call it, then it's a foul.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yeah.
That it's going to be a foul. I will agree with you on this. In a game that is that highly contested and that physical, that is a little bit of a ticky-tack call.
Absolutely.
Right. That to me is what drives coaches nuts. It's the lack of consistency with the whistle. How something could be very physical for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden it becomes a foul.
Exactly.
Right. That's what drives coaches crazy. I was reading one of the quotes too, talking about the game with Cooper Flagg, which was great. We made the decision that we were going to trust our grown-up on the teenager, and the grown-up won.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it came down to. The reason why I liked Houston with the money line was to the simple fact of I thought the grown-ups did not want to lose to the teenager.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
They wanted it a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And not taking it away from Cooper Flagg and, the kid in the middle and Con Knipple. But when you got dudes that are fifth-year guys, that are graduates, that are transfers, that have had a taste, that have not been able to get over the hump, you just wanted a little bit more. And they wanted it a little bit more. And a lot of people are banging on John Shire a little bit this morning, too.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe John Shire, the moment was too big for John Shire against Kelvin Sampson. I don't know about that. I will say, though, all year long, the default for Duke has always been when it gets tough, when it gets tight, put it in the hands of number 2. Look, sometimes you don't overthink it. And I agree with that. He is your best player on the floor. But you got a lot of options, and that's what they did. and they came up a little bit short. So love to get your thoughts this morning on the Final Four, and now we got a final game tonight. I have not looked at the odds tonight.
I haven't even looked myself.
I have.
At the odds tonight, I'm going to assume Florida taking out Houston. Florida's probably like, what, a point and a half?
Point and a half, you're correct.
Point and a half right there?
Yep. With over under.
Man, I've had Florida since day one, man. I've had Florida since day one in the bracket, and I'm sticking with them. They did not look great. Trust me.
Not the first time either.
Not the first time. But there is something to say about if you want to get sports cliches this morning, Suave.
Come on.
Being battle tested
There you go.
There you go.
in the NCAA tournament.
There you go.
And that was Florida, all right? Florida is
Yes.
battle tested in the NCAA tournament. So there we go. Also, I did have an issue, and actually J-Lo brought it up this morning with the broadcast yesterday for the women's game. Why are they showing the women's game at 3:00 on a Sunday afternoon? And it was on ABC.
Yeah.
But they also had the alternate cast, I believe, on one of the other channels.
ESPN something.
ESPN 2 probably, or ESPN
Mhm.
with Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. I think Caitlin Clark made an appearance.
Oh, really?
I believe I saw some Hank, I'm sure, was been trolling Caitlin Clark every day of his life, could tell me this. But I saw some clips on the internet of Caitlin Clark. I just find Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird to be what's the word I'm looking for? Aggravating. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I just find them aggravating.
Some people you don't like.
Well, what I learned over the weekend too is there's really only one sport where the players are not petty towards each other for some reason, and it's hockey.
Yeah.
It's hockey.
Yeah.
Like Shaq is back in the news. We'll get to that comment coming up
Of
here in a
course
little
he
bit,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Like Shaq. And then you got women's basketball, where a lot of these older players are really petty and don't like the newer version of the WNBA. And then I'll watch Wayne Gretzky on Friday night, the epitome of class
Mhm.
when it came to
Absolutely.
Ovechkin.
Absolutely.
The epitome of class. Couldn't say nice enough things about Alex Ovechkin breaking his record, was on site, took the pictures, did the speech, talked to the team, everything else. And I'm sitting there going, man, I got to be honest. Like hockey players, for some reason, is that the only sport where they actually respect the era of all eras? Like in the NBA, Draymond Green is starting to bang on the older guys. The older guys are banging on the newer guys. Major League Baseball, you see this all the time as well.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you start to see it a little bit, especially at the quarterback position.
Mhm.
Yet it seems like in hockey, there's really no pettiness towards the older players or
Yeah.
the olders to the young. Am I wrong on this?
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. I think when you see hockey, just in general, forget about the eras thing. The respect between players, yeah, it's the only sport you can actually fight.
Yeah.
But the amount of respect between players and just between the overall league is just unbelievable. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's the last true team sport left, I think, out of the big four sports. And there's so much respect there. You saw all the stuff with Wayne Gretzky yesterday. It was just phenomenal act by him. And, you got to respect it because like most people in their respective leagues are going to be extremely petty about this kind of thing. And Gretzky took it really well. And I'm glad that he kind of passed the torch down to Ovi.
Well, also, look, Gretzky is winning in life.
Mhm.
Let's be honest.
Oh, he is.
His wife is still phenomenal looking. What's her name? Janet Jones, I believe her name is. Suave, do you know once upon a time? Here's a quick little trivia question going into the break. I know you could care less about this, but I'm just going to throw this nugget out there because my wife and I were talking about it. Wayne Gretzky once came to town because his daughter was in the Azalea Festival. She was the whatever that is called, where your daughter, the queen of the Azalea Festival.
Mhm.
That was Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
Oh.
And he actually came to town. I believe, was that Paulina? Wow. That's how long ago this was, I believe. But he was in town. My wife, of course. All the sports that's going on, she chimes in with that little nugget. Like, God bless you. How do you even remember that? And yeah, he came to town to support his daughter, who was the queen of the Azalea Festival once upon a time. There you go, a
pretty
little
cool.
nugget for
That's a
you.
good nugget.
But you didn't answer the question earlier, Swab. I do like the glasses. You probably had to dig deep for those things.
No, that's just my wife.
I know.
I need some glasses.
I know you did. I'm talking about the hat.
Oh, Norfolk State.
Norfolk State. Yeah, but okay, stop.
Well,
Norfolk State, just a random Monday.
But they lost to a team that's in the national championship, Johnny.
They did.
Yes,
So he's got to rep the gear.
Does that make it any better? No.
No.
They didn't lose, by the way, J-Lo. They got smoked by the team that's in the national championship.
I'm not going to argue with you.
We got smoke, cook, flame, boil, and everything coming with a grill.
But why are we wearing the hat this morning?
I'm wearing it because I wanted to.
You felt like it.
That's number one. And then number two, I'm going to wear it tomorrow because tomorrow, Old Dominion Baseball is taking on Norfolk State.
They are. That is tomorrow.
Yes.
So, and you're going to be on the broadcast, aren't you?
Yes.
So how are you going to be unbiased? What are we doing here? What are we doing to prepare to not be biased on one side?
I'm going to do not to get fired. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
There you go. That's
Perfect.
That's one way to look at it.
That's the answer we're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was in honor of our guest in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yes, but that's a teaser, man. That's
a teaser.
That's
I'm not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, you can say it, but don't say his name.
I'm not allowed to say his name.
Don't say his name.
So coming up in the 8 o'clock hour,
Yep.
we've got a special guest.
Special guest.
Can I at least say what he's here for?
Yes, you can.
All right, to talk about the PIT.
Yes, you can.
That's coming up later this week, which J-Lo will be attending. He will be courtside grabbing
week
content.
after this week.
Week after this week. I
Mhm.
apologize. Not this week, but the following week.
Yeah, it's
Spring
following
break week.
Yeah.
For schools. And J-Lo's going to be there grabbing content as far as the eye can see.
And also,
Oh, boy.
we have chance for any of our listeners and our viewers to win tickets. Mr. J-Lo.
Are we doing that this week or next week? What are we doing
this week
here?
right here.
Maybe you guys need to tell me these things before the show. What do we got going on?
That's the wrong one, J-Lo. Get the other one.
There you go. Perfect.
So listen to this, y'all.
Wow.
We have the 71st annual Portsmouth Invitational Tournament,
Oh, God.
April 16th through the 19th at Churchland High School in Portsmouth,
Mhm.
which is going to be showcasing the future of NBA now since 1953. Give us a call. You got
Hold on. I thought we had to do like trivia or something.
That's right here.
Okay. Just hold tight.
We're ready.
We need to talk about this. So maybe coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll do a little bit of trivia. We'll give away some tickets. Is that what you're telling
We
me?
can do 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour.
All right.
It's all we're doing it right here for your chance to see the future right now
Okay.
at Churchland High School.
Do we have the rosters yet? I think they waited till the championship game before they make the rosters official. Seriously.
Yeah, I think so.
They waited till the championship game so they know who's coming to town. Let's see if we've got the rosters. So coming up, we'll take a look at the rosters for the PIT. Also going to let you know why Ovi Ovechkin, I like to call him Ovi Ovechkin, decided not to play. And that's what's grabbing headlines. I'll get into that story coming up here in a little bit. On an overreaction Monday edition of the program, it is the morning drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Compassion International. An accident is blocking the shoulder and entrance ramp on 64 eastbound, causing heavy traffic between 664 and LaSalle Avenue. Be aware of closures due to construction work on East Mellon Street between Libby Street and Willard Avenue. Road work on Bainbridge Boulevard between Outlaw Street and South Military Highway. And be aware of some construction at the intersection of Bellinger Boulevard and Bainbridge Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you? being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
What's going on? Alex Ovechkin, Friday night, pretty cool. I'm sitting there watching a little basketball. They did the cut-in to the Ovechkin situation. Did not realize he had 2 goals, so he had tied.
Yep.
At that point, Wayne Gretzky. So I got a chance to watch probably the last 6 or 7 minutes. Probably the most hockey I've watched all year. No doubt about it.
You're not the only one.
And Ovechkin had numerous opportunities as well to break Gretzky's record at home, which would have been tremendous. But it was late in this game. I want to say the Capitals were up 4-3 at that point, and it went empty net. And the Capitals bench coach asked Ovechkin if he needed to go in. He said, no, not going to do it, which a lot of people saw the camera pan in, saw the reaction, and a lot of people are applauding him because does that make it a little bit cheap?
Yeah.
If you break the record and it's an empty netter?
Yeah, that's kind of what they talked about after the game. I know our man Chris Russell was there.
Yeah.
He was there on both games, covering it at the media in the press box, and they kind of asked him about that after to confirm, and he was like, yeah, no, I don't want to break the record on an open net. That's just ridiculous. And I applaud him too. And he would have broken the record either way, but it's just, do you really want this never forget about goal ever to happen on an empty net? Like, that's just no fun.
I mean,
what would the equivalent, Suave, be in basketball? Let's say you got an opportunity to be the all-time greatest scorer in basketball history. Mm-hmm. Can it not be on a goaltend?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
No, or a free throw.
Or free throw,
No. Free throw's a little bit different. Like there are free throw, I understand.
Free throw, yeah.
But it depends on the goaltend.
But it can't be on a goaltend.
Can't be on a goaltend?
No chance.
Why would you go for a layup so I hit at the last second? Then, yeah, that's kind of weak. I would say it's equivalent to when Michael Strahan broke the record and Brett Favre just took the dive down.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and the guy from the Jets, right now don't like Brett Favre because of that.
Yeah, Mark Gastineau.
Yeah.
It's having a coronary over this.
To me,
get over it, bro.
To me, it almost seems like in baseball when it's a 10-run blowout and you have a position pitcher in, and if you were to break the home run record, like
can't do that. Can't do that with a position player who's throwing 82 miles an hour.
Yeah, or like 45, or like something you'd see out on the kid pitch field.
Yeah. But I give credit to Ovechkin on that, man, because a lot of people be like, man, you never know what could happen in a hockey game, right? He could get checked, and then all of a sudden he's got a dislocated shoulder. He could break a leg.
Could you imagine?
He was already out 16 games for a broken leg, which, by the way, Can we also mention the fact that the dude only sat out 16 games with a broken leg?
Yeah, that's another reason why I still enjoy hockey, because the players are tough, man. When you see that in basketball, they're missing the entire season essentially. It's awful. At least the hockey players will get back up and keep playing. I'll
tell you, I give credit to Ovechkin. He captivated the sports world for one weekend.
Yep.
That's it.
And now it's finally over. We don't have to keep talking about it anymore.
Not at all. Not at all. I watched it on Friday night. Caught a little bit of a glimpse of it yesterday against the Islanders where they lost. They did not get a chance to clinch. And now I ain't got to worry about it till the Stanley Cup final. Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to. Hank has chimed in on YouTube. Of course he has.
Oh, Lord.
Everything comes back to Dak.
Yep.
Everything comes back to Dak. Dak broke Cowboys' record versus Eagles defense that played 0 starters through 5 TDs to do it. All right, Hank. Man, Hank we're at the point, a little Dak therapy is what Hank needs.
Therapy.
I think that's what Hanker needs.
That's
he needs
phenomenal.
a little Dak therapy this morning. All right, J-Lo, we got to look at the local scoreboard, please.
Yes, sir. Norfolk Tides yesterday afternoon, they played against the Charlotte Knights. They lost 9-8. The Norfolk Admirals, they won 5-3 against Iowa. They have clinched, Johnny D.
They have.
They're going back to the playoffs.
Going back to the playoffs, which means their season will be extended through July.
Yeah.
It seems like, right? It goes on forever. Seriously, look at this guy. The last time was what? End of June?
It was
It went for a while.
It went longer than
God bless them.
Yeah. And then as far as baseball goes, Orioles and Nats played in their respective games. The Orioles lost 4-1 to the Royals, and the Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 5-4.
The other amazing thing about the Ovechkin was the fact is he's got one more goal than Gretzky and the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Like it was almost to a T.
It's not like Jordan not playing as long as LeBron.
No, I mean, it's incredible. It simply is incredible. But now you ain't got to worry about it anymore.
Yep.
All right. That's all we got. Who the Tides in action today?
No, they're off.
They're off today. You worked the games over the weekend, Swab. How did that go?
Let's see. Friday was long, and, and that's it. And they lost. And then yesterday was long, and they should have won because they was up like 8-4. And that's
there's a lot of scoring. I have the notifications for the MILB. It was giving up run.
Well, hold on a second. You have notifications for what?
So every time the Tide score, a team scores against them, I get a notification.
So you literally have custom notifications for the Norfolk Tides.
No, it's because I have them as my favorite team, so it alerts me every score
That's
change.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So you got the Tides. Who else do you have on there? The Philadelphia Phillies, obviously.
No, I just have the Tides.
So you just got the Tides.
Yeah. I'm going to keep up with it a little bit.
Gotcha.
They're back in action tomorrow night, back at Harbor Park against the Gwinnett Stripers.
When is their, I was telling my dad this, when is their first or next businessman special?
Thursday.
Do we know when that is?
Thursday, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we were talking about soft pretzels. Got into the conversation again about soft pretzels. And I told him we got to go out to Harbor Park for a businessman special, noon, right? 12 o'clock.
Yep.
And take in some of those nice soft pretzels.
And you walk right by the grills.
Go by the grill, and then you put your toppings on that thing. Some people kind of overload it with the cinnamon. Not a big fan of. A little bit of cheese, maybe a little bit of queso on there, some mustard. But my parents, I had to drive them. We went out of town this past weekend. We went up to Philadelphia, and then went to Manhattan for the weekend. Up in the big city there, Swab. Yeah, and the weather sucked, by the way. It was 83, I was told here. It was literally 42 degrees and raining up in New York City. But my parents love these, the Wawa pretzels, right? The soft pretzels.
I love the Wawa pretzel.
The problem with that is the amount of vacuuming that I have to do behind them.
You got listen, there's a whole process to this. You got to keep it when you open the wrapper. You got to keep so that the wrapper is underneath at any bite you take. I know what you mean, but man, that pretzel's so good.
Yeah, but you're coming from the angle of somebody who cares about cleanliness.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a couple of 80-year-olds who could care less. Like there's salt flying over the seats.
I see what you're saying. I see your problem. I see
they're passing the pretzel to each other over the seat. They don't care.
I see your problem.
Salt is flying everywhere. It's like it's snowing inside the car.
It's snowing white pebbles in the car.
Inside the car. And then the worst part is you get out, you go to the bathroom, you get back in. God forbid you sit on it. Now you've grinded up that salt into the seats, into the crevices.
Yep. Never going away.
And then, of course, I bring it to their attention. They look at me like, what do you want from us? I'm 84 years old. Like, I care. I got to sit in a car for 5.5 hours. Do you think I care about salt getting on your floor at this point? I'm lucky I've got circulation in my legs. And you're worried about salt. So we just got into the conversation about pretzels. So I got to kind of make them. We said it was what, on Thursday?
Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, that might be something we got to circle the calendar on.
It'll be a nice day out too.
Looking forward to that. Soccer fans, it's time. That's right. You got to rally behind the Virginia Beach United, a USL League 2 and W League team that plays right here at Virginia Beach. Experience the passion, the excitement of pro-level soccer. Season pass includes women and men's tickets for just $100 for adults, $80 for youth. 15-game package on sale right now. Visit vbunited.com. That's vbunited.com for season tickets. All right, 42 minutes after the hour, straight ahead. Suave opens up the entertainment page. You don't want to miss it. It's the morning drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Compassion International. An accident is blocking the shoulder and entrance ramp on 64 eastbound, causing heavy traffic between 664 and LaSalle Avenue. Be aware of closures due to construction work on East Mellon Street between Libby Street and Willard Avenue. Road work on Bainbridge Boulevard between Outlaw Street and South Military Highway. And be aware of some construction at the intersection of Bellinger Boulevard and Bainbridge Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor. And their wait today. Sponsor a child with compassion. Just text radio to 83393.
Gold prices are at a record high, and we are buying at Adele Diamond. Just last week, a client brought in a box of inherited jewelry, not sure what was real or what it was worth. We went through it piece by piece, and guess what? They walked out with a check for $9,000. They couldn't believe it. Got old jewelry sitting in a drawer? Bring it in. You might have more than you think, even
what
if it's
makes
just
a life a good one. Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps? More strength, more stamina. We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose.
Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Yeah, a reminder, too, we are streaming live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You got a comment, drop it into the comment box this morning. I know Hank has chimed in this morning. I know the Warpath has chimed in this morning. Surprise Warpath said morning, guys, there, Suave. I mean, it's obvious there's only one individual on this program that he's a big fan of, and that's J-Lo. J-Lo's making spot appearances on his popular podcast over there. So the fact that he said morning, guys, pretty surprising.
Oh, he loves you, Johnny.
He loves everybody, man.
He loves you and Suave, Johnny. Like I said, Suave was supposed to be on, and unfortunately stuff came up. And then Johnny, he talks about you all the time. He loves you to death.
No, Lou, you stop. Stop trying to be the go-between.
No. He told me about it off the air.
Stop trying to be the go-between.
He was like, man, Johnny seems so bitter on the air. I already know he's just
I'm a big teddy bear, man. I'm a big teddy bear. And again, you would be bitter too if your ass got up at 4:30 every morning, like mine did. I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning, had a hard time going back to bed, and then all of a sudden it's 4:30. Yeah. 4:45.
That happened to me yesterday.
Right?
That happened to me.
So how are you not bitter?
Me?
I would love to show me someone on 3.5 hours sleep that's not bitter. Okay. I'll tell you who's a little bit bitter is and again, you guys buried the headline. Bronny James outplayed Steph Curry last night. Just letting you know.
Was
Steph Curry last night, 3 points. That's it. They're a loss to Houston. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 of 10 for the field, in 33 minutes of play.
That's bad.
Bronny James.
That's bad.
3 points, 1 rebound, 1 of 1 for the field, 2 minutes of play.
All right,
oh
John.
My goodness.
Right. Bronny James outplayed Steph Curry last night.
So I don't care.
I was anticipating too. I said, he had 13 points, 15, 20.
I know. I thought you were going to say he actually scored some points. 3 points? This is what you're talking about? Hey, bad game on Steph Curry. That's awful.
If you're looking at a plus minus, Bronny James had a better night last night. Yes, it's funny. Steve Kerr, I was listening on the way in, talked a little bit about it. Said, "Hey, look, 82 games. You're bound to have a bad game." No, that's a really bad game. Like I get it. 3 points for Steph Curry.
That's awful.
Is why even show up to the arena
that's
type
as
of
bad
game.
as it gets.
Right, you're checking out on that one. Type of deal.
Can we get love to Warpath? Because he went to the rule book for us, fellas.
He did.
Yes, he did.
What's he got?
According to officials, there's no such thing as over the back. It's just a push. Basketball officials are the sixth man.
I'm telling you. Do we look up the definition?
Yeah, I had 2 different sources here on the internet as my computer started to bug out. But it's basically, here it is. Simply put, this foul is called when a player reaches over the back of an opponent to grab the basketball, usually during a rebounding situation. It's not about height or leaping ability, but more about the act that could potentially jeopardize the safety of the other player involved.
Yeah.
That is such a lie. My God.
That's according to Basketball 101.
I know, you know what? I know a bunch of officials. I wish they were not officiating in the NBA right now. I would get them on the program just to explain the rule, and that's it. Like Tony Brothers. If Tony Brothers wasn't working right now, I'd get him on the phone. Tony, please explain to me again what the hell it is.
If you ever got an NBA official, I just want to ask them one question. Why are y'all so sensitive?
They're not going to come on.
I know that.
It does not benefit them.
What about Ted Valentine? You want to get him on the program?
No. It does not benefit them whatsoever.
Yeah, they get nothing.
To come on. It's the act of you got to put a body on someone. But even if you put a body on them, they still have the ability to go on top of you. Again, that's what I'm talking about. So height does play a factor in this. I can never get a straight answer on the over the back. I never could. Like you teach kids, you try to teach them, hey, you got to drive their legs out. Take their legs out, then it becomes a foul. Then it becomes a foul. I've seen it all the time. So that's why you teach them now. You just find them, kind of give them a little forearm hit.
Little elbow.
Yeah.
Not even the elbow right here, just in the forearm section. You're not elbowing. We're not condoning that. We don't play dirty there, J-Lo. Boom, little forearm hit, and then you just go get the ball. That's it. Find them, hit them, go get it. The art of the blocking out, because again, if you're in a zone and it's all the way to the other side, and now you got to chase that guy coming in 5 feet away, you're not going to do it. But over the back, I'm telling you, I got to figure it out. I got to talk to somebody today. It's bothering me again. I kid you not. Every freaking game that I coach, this becomes a conversation with the officials. Please explain to me, Mr. Official, what the hell is an over the back?
What did they tell you?
They give me a different reasoning.
It's
every
a different
time.
answer every time.
He's got to be in the act of making contact with the body. Forget it. Just go away. At this point. Just go away. All right. 51 minutes after the hour. Let's get into it. It's time for Suave's entertainment.
Light the candle.
Here's what's trending in entertainment.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to y'all to What's Trending Entertainment. Let's go and get to the story right quick because I wanted to see, was this true? So there was a Rhode Island man who lost, get this, y'all, 132 pounds. Do you know how he lost those weight, Johnny D?
By walking.
No. By eating Chick-fil-A every day for more than a year.
See, these guys are full of crap, too. All these dudes who want to convince me. What was it? Do you remember Jared?
Yes, Jared, the Subway guy.
Yeah, he lost weight by eating Subway. Then he started watching porn. I mean, these guys that lose weight by eating one thing. I love to hear this because if this dude lost weight eating Chick-fil-A, I'm in.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm in. Forget about this protein
I want to hear
bar.
the details, Suave. Go for it.
All right, so for our viewer plus, you go to our YouTube channel, I'm going to show you a picture of him. So this is the guy right here. As you can see on the left side, he was 360 pounds.
Yeah.
And now he is down to 202 pounds.
Okay.
But anyway, listen. He said he shed 132 pounds eating a popular fast food, a spicy Southwest salad for lunch every day for over a year. He's a digital content. His name is Tom Carroll, 6'2". He said daily lunch consists of mixed greens, tomatoes, roasted corn, black beans, red pepper, cheese, and grilled chicken.
Yep.
Other meals he ate were yogurt and fruit for breakfast if he didn't skip them. But he also cut out sports drinks and soda.
Okay, so there you go. There's a little bit more to it. Number one, so for me to lose weight, I definitely got to cut out the sports drink or the soda.
Yeah.
Now the sports drinks, that ain't gonna happen. I got one a day. That's it. I don't drink coffee. I gotta have a C4 on the way in. By the way, I love the fact that he's taking the side-by-side picture. The one where he's fat, he's got a bottle of beer in his hand.
Yes.
That might have led to it as well there, son.
And again, like we talked about,
Is this the same
doesn't he look
person?
happier?
Yes, it is.
In the older picture,
This is the same
the same person.
Yes,
look, he's got the hair the opposite way.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
And you all, that's right, because he did say he had to quit drinking alcohol.
Yeah. See, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I drink a lot of soda. That's one of my guilty pleasures. Not gonna lie. And I do love to eat. Like I had a buddy the other day said, yeah, anytime I get a little heavy, I start to cut out carbs, pasta,
That's
bread.
way too much.
And I go, I'm Italian. What's wrong with you?
That's all y'all.
That's all I do.
Exactly.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Smother myself in pasta sauce. That's all I do.
Man, that's all you tell you. I got a weight problem. I can't wait to eat. That's my problem right there. All right, so next one. This story, I thought it was a joke because April 1st happened, and I thought it was April 1st joke, but no, this is actually true. So Usher does these concerts. If y'all don't ever see it, go on YouTube, whatever. Usher does this thing where he goes into the crowd, he finds a woman, gets in her face, does all this seductive talking and all this stuff. Then he gets a little cherries and use your imagination. So what happened was his latest show, a woman was in front of Usher. He does his thing. Her man finds out. And you know what happens? He files for divorce. Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So that's the lady. That's Usher in front of him. Dude, if I want to look at the video, you can go on X. But the 45-year-old man has filed for divorce from his wife, which is her, for her incident that when she was involved on stage interaction with Usher. and including a public kiss, which the husband claims was unprecedented in their relationship because she never showed public affection. But she did this in front of 20,000 people.
So Usher's the fall guy here. There's a lot of issues with this relationship to begin with. This was just the icing on the cake, the cherry on top.
Cherry on top. There you go.
Just give it a hand for this guy. Filing the divorce papers. Phenomenal stuff.
Yes, so
take control.
Look, man. There are 3 people on this show. The only one that can applaud for divorce and talk about taking charge in a relationship is either Suave or myself. Just check yourself out of this one, son. Please. Come on. What are we doing here? Okay.
I can give a hand for a guy.
Look, there were issues in this relationship, Suave. This was sort of this is a scapegoat. Usher is a scapegoat.
But this is what Usher is known for. This is why, even I would talk to my wife about it. This happens at his show. Excuse me, I'm listening to my fart so right now. When you go to Usher's show, if you're in a relationship, do not make Usher come to your girlfriend. This is what he does. He gets in her face.
But it's in public.
No.
I mean, it's in public.
Look,
it's part of the act.
No. One guy brought his wife to it. What Usher do? He went to her. You know what the guy did? He looked at Usher, got in his face, said, "Move along. And you know what the fans did? They was booing and all this stuff. He said, "No, this is my wife. You're not going to do this act in front of her while I'm right here." And she was like, backed up. And even Usher said, "Oh, that's your husband." She said, "Yes." He said, and moved right along. And that's exactly what I would do, because if I went and he came to my wife.
You wouldn't be having that?
Heck no. I would show you a real A-Town stomp in your concert. If you go to my wife doing that.
Maybe you should not go to the concert.
Maybe
you should not go to the concert.
I won't go to that concert.
Don't go to the concert.
And last, before we go to the break, maybe we should close J-Lo's ear for this one.
Should I take my headphones off?
I think you should, because we're talking about Diddy.
Oh, boy.
Because what happened is, Johnny D, I don't know Terrence Howard. Mm-hmm. He's an actor from Empire, also from Hustle and Flow. Mm-hmm. He was on a podcast, and this is the podcast called PBD Podcast. He has stated that people who have went to these Diddy parties has been violated. And he was talking about men. The story goes is that Puff invited Terrence Howard to his house to listen to his music, to learn acting abilities. But what happened was he found out behind closed doors what their real intentions was. So if you want to go on to X and listen, he's going to detail exactly what happens at these parties. And all I have to say is, if y'all never know this movie called Vanilla Sky, I watched it one time and then one time only. And when I watch it again, it had Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Tom Cruise went to this party. And this part was for the elites. They wore masks, and when they walked into this house, all types of activities happened. And I'm just going to leave it at that. This stuff happens in real life. No matter what you think and how you feel, this stuff happens in real life. And the best way to hide it is in plain sight. So like I said, if you want to go listen to Terrence Howard, go to the PBD podcast, and he'll tell you exactly what happens at these parties and who were at these parties. Guys like LeBron James at these parties. Jay-Z is at these parties. Barack Obama is at these parties. So take it for what you want to take it as. That's the Diddy parties. That's all I got to say. And that's what's trending in entertainment. There you go, Johnny D.
All right, Swab. Good stuff. Hour 1 in the books. Coming up in hour number 2. Who you got tonight? Florida taking on Houston. Want to get your thoughts on that? Was the moment too big for John Shire? We'll get into that conversation. Plus, a little NFL news and notes on an Overreaction Monday. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Mostly cloudy today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. A chance for a strong to severe thunderstorm to mix in as well. Temperatures will be falling as we go through the day. Tonight, chance for showers and storms with lows in the 40s. For tomorrow, look for clearing skies, but much cooler. High temperatures only in the mid-50s tomorrow. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a
fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. We are Fox Sports. This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. Don't forget, you can take us anywhere you go with the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. Download us now via the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. and this is your Fox Sports update. The Norfolk Admirals beat the Iowa Heartlanders 5-3 Sunday afternoon. Johnny Sorensen had 2 goals. The Admirals have officially clinched their spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs for the second consecutive year. While playoff dates are still unknown, you can purchase playoff tickets now at NorfolkAdmirals.com. Again, that is NorfolkAdmirals.com. The great chase is over. Alex Ovechkin scored career goal number 895, passing hockey legend Wayne Gretzky to become the NHL's all-time leading scorer. The Capitals lost the game to the Islanders 4-1. The Yukon Huskies won national championship number 12 in women's basketball yesterday, beating 1 seed South Carolina 82-59. Paige Becker scored 17 points in her final game ever as a Husky. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, always stream live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app. With Suave, myself, and Johnny D, let's get to the 7 o'clock hour.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Yes, sir. Hour 2 on a Monday. It is great to be with you there, Hampton Roads. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave J-Lo, the Morning Drive, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. The polls are open on the X at Drive Johnny D. Got a couple more poll questions I will put up this hour. Also, you can follow us on a YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Very quick, I do want to get into the John Shire conversation and maybe pose that question and put it up on the X this morning, if you don't mind there, J-Lo. Was the moment too big for John Shire? What do you think, Suave? Was the moment too big for John Shire on a Saturday night?
No, he just ran against a team and knew how to play against Duke, and he just ran against a better team. They couldn't have their way as they usually do with teams. It is what it is.
I'm laughing at some of the comments on the social media machine this morning. Tyrone Johnson, and I'll repost this on our X account at Drive Johnny D. Are Duke fans trying to blame one call for the loss? You still have the Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees, and Dodgers to root for.
Could not be truer. I have a friend that's a Duke fan.
I got to tell you, you're very passionate and outspoken about this topic.
It's the truth. I got a friend who's a Duke fan, loves his Duke basketball, is
Sure
all out for them. You know who he is a fan of in college football?
Who's that?
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Of course he is.
It fits the mold.
Okay. All right.
It's just the mold.
So put it up on the poll this morning. Also, throw it up there. A couple of things. Number one, who do you got tonight? Love to know you leaning into Houston tonight, or is it going to be the Florida Gators? Want to get people's thoughts on that. And who do you blame for the loss? Duke's loss to Houston. Do you blame Shire? Do you blame the officials? Or do you blame Cooper Flag? So put it up on the polls. The polls are open this morning on the Exit Drive Johnny D. You could also drop it into the comment box on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. I'm also trying to figure out my best bet for tonight. I read this morning, you guys will love this. Then we'll get to the scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank is coming up here in a second. But I was reading this morning. You guys watch the VSiN network at all? The Vegas Sports and Information Network? You
every once in a while.
Okay. It's because you guys really don't bet. So that's what it could. Well, it's true. I mean, if you gamble, you're going to watch it.
Yep.
But there is a lot of good stuff when you're talking about content and information and everything else. One thing that came up was Mitch Moss, who's one of the hosts of Follow the Money, apparently had a $15,000 futures bet on Florida.
Oh, man.
At the beginning of the year. All right. Plus 725 there, Suave. Were your odds. You want to talk about a dude that's got a vested interest in the game tonight for $15,000. What do you think the payoff is? $50,000 plus 725.
$825,000.
$825,000?
Yeah.
That would be $825,000?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
I don't have a
that was very specific.
That was very specific.
I threw a number out there.
I mean, you could have chat GPT'd it and came up with the answer if you really wanted to. $108,750 is on the line tonight. You place a futures bet in November, and you got an opportunity to cash a ticket for over $108K tonight. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
You think that dude's watching?
Oh, yes, he's watching.
I probably would not watch.
No.
In all honesty, how can you watch a game? How can you watch a game when you got $108,000 on the line? That's got to be excruciating. You can't do that.
Well, okay,
it's impossible.
So the question I ask you, Johnny, if you had that much money, would you rather find out you won or lost after or during?
No. I got to find out. I can't watch. I'd rather watch the college dodgeball championship that's going on YouTube. than watch that.
Or you could watch. You buried the headline this morning, Johnny. You know, Nebraska beat UCF in the first ever Crown Championship.
I know, and I did not get a chance to bet
I'll tell you
on it.
what, Gus Johnson's call, electric.
Was it really?
Yeah. This tournament's going to be around for a long, long time.
No, it won't. No,
We've
it
seen
will
this
not.
story before.
No, it will
We've
not.
seen this story before.
No, it will not. And oh, by the way, the college dodgeball championships, Virginia is a 9th seed.
I know.
They are.
No, I don't
They're
know.
excited about that. JMU is the 12th seed, in case you're wondering.
I mean, the state of Virginia produces dodgeball athletes.
Maybe it does. I don't know. I will watch. I guarantee that.
That's why
In
we
fact,
don't have a professional sports team. We produce a college dodgeball
Look,
athletes.
I just reposted it on our X account if you're curious.
I have literally nothing to say about that.
Come on, Suave. Take in some college dodgeball.
Come on, man.
You can't sit here and tell me you don't enjoy a little dodgeball.
I love dodgeball, but the fact that there's a college dodgeball.
Not only that, man, but you got some mid-majors in this baby. You got Akron as a 1 seed. Akron's a 1 seed. Ohio is a 5 seed. You got Kent State, Bowling Green State, Saginaw Valley State, Cleveland State, and Grand Valley State, man. This is the true Cinderella. Forget about NCAA basketball.
How long has this been around?
It's been around a while.
I don't know.
You got to get out of your bubble.
No, because I was in college. And if I found out that they had a dodgeball at Norfolk State, I would have went there.
By the way, Norfolk State, phenomenal bowling program.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Phenomenal bowling program.
They are very good.
Yeah, I know that. But
All right.
dodgeball, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Absolutely. 11 minutes after the hour. Hit it, please.
Yes, sir. Here we go, y'all. Hank is here, and he's coming right.
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
Hank looking like Hulk Hogan this morning after one too many.
Macho Man here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the music. He's here to give his national championship bet tonight, his lock, and also going to tell you why the Cowboys are thriving in the offseason. He is
What you gonna do, Johnny D?
Oh, boy.
There you go. There you go, Hank. There you go.
Hank is here this morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hank. A little bit creepy, but thank you. A little creepy there, Hanker.
I have to take your expert on creepy. That's your area of expertise. So
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about it. Trolling, creepiness. You got me. What's on your mind this morning, Hank? Pettiness, of course.
Y'all take that.
Bitterness.
It's interesting. As usual, the focus is on one play. And I'm gonna try to go in the opposite direction because y'all know I'm like that. You know, I'm counter to what everybody says. And
You are a contrarian. That's what you do.
So basically, what we see in college basketball a lot is you get momentum, and when you get momentum, you could take it a while. The other team really has to take momentum from you. And at that point in the game, Houston had the momentum. Duke was kind of like falling apart. Basically, obviously they fell apart. They lost. But that call right there just basically built on Houston's momentum. And I think that call, whereas, of course, you got the rest of the game and la and all that other mess. That call really, really had an impact on the final game, on the final part of the game. So, whereas, one play doesn't maybe make the game. I disagree. I think it can. In that instance, that call was, first off, it was a bad call. The ball basically bounced to Cooper Flag, and he stuck his off hand out, not the one that's kind of up against the guy. He caught the ball with the other hand, so it wasn't even a factor. It just, I'm not a Duke fan, so let's get that out of the way first. I can't stand Duke, but you just can't make that call in that situation, man. You just gotta let the and the reason why I said it is because look at all the people talking about. That's what everybody's talking about. Is one, John Shire. Okay, everybody's trying to make him a Coach K and give him all his flowers and stuff. He's not Coach K. In fact, when you listen to him talk or watch him talk, he looks like he's got a chromosome.
Oh, will you stop with the chromosome thing? You bring that up all the time, man.
Well,
forget about that. He's a really good.
There are many people that look that way. They kind of look like they're a little off.
Shire's a good coach. He's an excellent recruiter. He has evolved with the game when you're talking about NIL and transfer portal. Trust me, he's perfect for what Duke is trying to do. He got into a situation, I believe, where experience won out. Was a guy that's been around for a long time who made some adjustments, and Shire did not make an adjustment. That's it.
Grown men beat a group of younger kids. That's fine. Yeah. That's part of the game. That's one of the things like mid-majors. If you really want to have a chance, you got to kind of keep your kids, or recruit. I guess you got to recruit every year in the portal. Get all those older kids, those 22, 23-year-old kids into your program. This is going to sound funny, but I think Joe Milton should be the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Are y'all ready to find? Are you ready to find out why? Look, y'all want to know why?
I am stunned.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
Sure. One, we've already been told that the Cowboys don't have a running game, right? Two, we're told we don't have an offensive line, right? Three, we're told we don't have any weapons outside of CeeDee Lamb, right? All that's true, right? And what we hear? Four, we have a defense that can't stop the run, and according to our fans, now I'm going by Cowboys fans, doesn't show up in the game in the big games. Okay, if that's the case, if all those things are the case, we got no weapons, no running game, no offensive line, then we need a kid who's one, more mobile, two, got a stronger arm, and three, if he doesn't play well, we could get a top 3 pick in next year's draft, because if Dak doesn't play well, all you're going to hear is you're going to blame it on the team. The team wasn't very good around him. If that's the case, play the young kid. Let's see what a young buck got. That's
tanking for Arch Manning. That's what I hear.
I would think, Hank, you would want it the other way around, because now you're setting up Dak to fail.
Yeah.
If all those are true, right? So you should be pushing for Dak to start, because everything is aligned for him to fail in this situation.
Well, okay, we know that Milton's not going to start, right? We know that. So the reason why I'm for Milton starting is because, watch, as soon as what if the Cowboys start off 2-6? You know what you're going to hear? Well, we tried to tell you, the team is no good. They got no running game. They got no other weapon. The offensive line, that's all you're going to hear. That's all we've heard for 9 years. Look, it's going to start happening in Washington. Y'all better hope Jaden Daniels doesn't have a sophomore slump. Now, personally, I don't think so. I think the kid is solid. I think he's going to stay, if not top 5. That's asking a little much, but he's definitely going to stay in the top 10. Our quarterback is not like that, man. Our quarterback might be in the top 15 now. So, yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready for Joe Milton. I'm ready for Joe Milton to start.
Oh, man.
The Joe Milton era. Did you see? Wait a minute. Did you see Michael Irvin? Did y'all see Michael Irvin talking about Joe Milton? He's like basically threatening that, saying that if you let that boy, you know how Irvin is. If you let that boy get a chance, that he's a Florida, he's an Apopke, Florida kid. Michael Irvin is almost giddy that Joe Milton is now on the team, man. It's kind of funny. I love Mike, man. Jerry carried Mike his entire career. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If Mike was like one of them less talented dudes, he wouldn't have been on the Cowboys, but he was talented, so Jerry watchdog Mike his entire career, and Mike,
Jerry got a rate of return on Michael Irvin.
Yeah,
he was willing to deal with the stuff off the field as long as he got the rate of return on the field.
And Michael's thankful for it. I love Michael Irvin. I do. I don't know. I mean, he's a little sketch to me, just a little. There's a point of me that thinks he's still, maybe dabbles a little.
This is coming from Hank.
The dude is jacked. Have you seen him?
You heard
he's
right.
Jacked.
Who's
Michael
that?
Irvin is a
Yeah,
hoss,
of course
man.
he's jacked, man.
So
Guys. What else has he got to do but lift weights?
And work for Jerry. I think he still works for Jerry. I do. I think he's on the payroll. So
Okay.
Suave,
just
you
with
took
you.
Houston. I'm proud of you, bro, because I didn't have to sack for it. I wanted to really bad. It was one of the things I thought about was saying, in a chalk tournament, there's got to be an upset somewhere. So my question to you is, bro, you got him tonight? You taking him over Florida?
Ooh,
Yes, I do.
you go straight money line? We go money line tonight?
Straight money line.
What's
Houston.
the
Money
payout?
line.
Let's play the money line.
because I don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bringing up the app right now.
Bring up the app right now. If you're gonna go straight money line tonight, hold on. I gotta reset. I traveled
Do the
over.
face scan.
Look, I
you
travel
travel.
over like 7 states. So you got to go through this whole prompt on my app, on my ESPN Bet app. You got to go through all the prompts every time you cross over a state. Which, by the way, in the state of Jersey and New York, player props. I was overwhelmed with the amount of players that I could have selected at the Final Four in points, I didn't know what to do. I
I
was
have a
just so
question.
excited about it.
About that guy who made that bet. That, what did you say, $15,000 bet?
Yeah, it's a futures
And
bet.
what did y'all say? It was like 725 to
Plus-
1.
plus 725. Plus
7. What is
725.
plus 725? That doesn't mean you get $725 back on each dollar that you bet.
No,
That's not what it
it's a
means?
little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that. You got to base it on hundreds. So, I'll get into it offline. There's not enough time for me to explain because we're up against the break.
In the fall.
We're up against the break. So
So-
I'll put it into the comment box during the break there, Hank, okay?
Give me the Gators tonight. Give me a 77-69. And look, if Houston is going to win, it has to be in the 60s. Okay, Houston cannot win a shootout with Florida. And look, I hope it's a good game because both games Saturday night. Sometimes the Final Four disappoints, but both those games Saturday night was on point. Man, that was a good game, and I hope tonight follows suit. Yeah, I do. I
So
hope
let
tonight
you
follows
know,
suit.
Hank, the money line for Houston is minus 105. So if you were to put $100 down, you will win $195.
Okay, that's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Not worth it for you?
Not worth it?
Oh, come on,
Nah,
Hank.
that ain't no pay. Nah, I can lose 100 and barely make 200 back, and all they got to do is win. Oh well, I mean, no, that's not enough money. I need like 10-1 odds. I need 10 back for every dollar I put down, or it's not worth it. For me.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the formula, Hank, you're going to take 15 grand. I got to write this down here. 15 grand. So the winnings would equal the betted amount times the odds divided by 100. That's how you're doing it.
Times the odds. What?
So
like
you're
8 to 1?
taking 15,000 times 725 divided by 100, and then you take that 15,000 times 7.25, which is $108,750. I'll put it into the comment box.
$15,000, right? You should get $725 for every dollar that you put down. So 725 times 15,000 is what you should get back. Vegas is hosing people.
It's times 7.25. Times 7.25. Okay.
That's a ripoff.
All right. I think we have totally isolated our listening audience. Thank you. Appreciate it again, Hank.
Thanks, Hank.
Always a pleasure. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank. How can you single-handedly lose an audience? You invite Hank on every single morning at 7:05. And then I got to talk math and everything else. Okay. All right. Straight ahead, 7:22. We got some stuff to give away. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you going to bring me in the read and the liner and everything else?
Yeah, I'll do
All right.
that.
We got a little bit of trivia as well.
Yes, we do.
All right. So look, you want an opportunity to win tickets for the PIT coming up next week.
That's right.
You got to dial it up right now. It's 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. And it's your opportunity to win a pair of tickets, right?
That's
Pair of
correct.
tickets.
That's correct.
For the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. I'm sure a lot of Dukies will be there. Maybe Tyrese Proctor will be there. You never know.
Never know.
You never know who will be there. Maybe Jeremy Roach, former Dookie, might be there as well. So you don't want to miss that. Dial it up right now, 757-497-1310 for your chance to win a pair of tickets for the PIT coming up next week. All right, look, 23 minutes after the hour. We'll get into that, plus some NFL news and notes on this Overreaction Monday. Also, your texts and tweets coming up in about 15 minutes right here on the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading east on 64 between Settlers Landing Road and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We're seeing some delays on 664 northbound crossing MMBT, back up on 264 westbound between Court Street and Berkeley Bridge. And be aware that East Mellon Street is closed due to construction work between Libby Street and Willard Avenue. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
School general managers are not going to like it. You know, you've got a little bit of immaturity. Old school guys won't like that. And there's not enough wow like Caleb Williams had. There's not enough wow to go, okay, forget about it.
This is The Herd. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Fox Sports 1310. This is Fox Sports 1310. Keep up with the trends. Follow us on X at Drive Johnny D or Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. 27 minutes after the hour on a Overreaction Monday. Taking your texts, taking your tweets via the Tell 'em Kellum talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Got a thought? Let's hear it. Who you got tonight? Florida, Houston. Let's hear it. Your thought on the Duke-Houston game? Was it an over the back? Let's hear it. You hit us up via the Tell 'em Kellum talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. We're going to read your texts coming up here in a little bit. Also, you got a comment, drop it into the comment box on our YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV. Hit that comment button, hit that like button if you don't mind. Quick NFL news I want to get to, and then we got some tickets to give away. Not a lot going on with the NFL over the weekend. Saw that, did you see that NFL legend Julio Jones announced his retirement?
Yes, I did.
Right, 13 years. Hall of Famer?
I'd say so.
You think so? Not first ballot, though.
You don't? No, I don't think so.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I got to look at the numbers. What do the numbers look like after 13 years? There,
I got to look myself.
Yeah.
But the other headline that was kind of buried. Did you see, Johnny, that Tyreek Hill posted on his TikTok a video of him saying, "I hear my team might be trading me," and him making a face.
Yeah, I saw that.
The last thing I saw for Tyreek Hill was the baby mama situation he's got going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was about it. I kind of checked out after that. I said, if you got that much going on off the field, you're not retiring anytime soon.
No.
Not at all. Is he still a needle mover in the NFL, Tyreek Hill?
I think so.
You think so?
He's so dangerous.
In the right system?
Definitely in the right system.
You got to have a quarterback to throw him the ball.
Well, that's any system. I mean, God, there you go, Captain Obvious. Look, any system, you got to have a quarterback that's able to get you the football. My question is, can he still stretch a D? Like, can I put him on the Buffalo Bills? What type of impact would he make with the Buffalo Bills? And I also saw this, and these guys, I know their draft is a couple of weeks away. And we got smoke screens going on. I know people were not impressed with Shedeur Sanders, apparently, at his pro day. But it looks like Cleveland is a lock to draft Travis Hunter now after his impressive showing at that showcase, whatever it might be. Whatever. Field Yates goes on, and I saw the headline, and I said, what are we doing here? And then I thought about it. I said, yeah, that would be the organization to do it. And they said they're looking at the Buffalo Bills to trade out of the first round. They would make a trade with the New England Patriots. And I'm going, why would you do that if you're Buffalo? Trade with somebody in your division. Then again, this is Buffalo, who traded with Kansas City to get Xavier Worthy. So anything is possible. I also saw that Trey Lance agreed to terms as the quarterback for the LA Chargers.
Yep.
Where's Heineke?
He with the Chargers.
He's still with the Chargers?
I think he did sign an extension, yeah.
So he signed an extension with the Chargers, and they're bringing in Trey Lance. The Chargers are.
Oh, trust me, his job ain't in jeopardy.
No.
So he ain't got to worry about that.
Not at all. I saw also that Case Keenum is going to be mentoring Caleb Williams in quarterback backup.
I didn't know he's still in the NFL.
Yes. Believe it or not, yes, he is still in the NFL.
Okay.
How about that? But not a lot of NFL news or notes over the weekend. Quiet weekend in the NFL. That will blow up here shortly once we know the latest on one Aaron Rodgers. Right? And what are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to do? Those are really the main two storylines still, right?
Yeah.
That are when you're talking about the NFL?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is definitely number one. Is he going to be with the Steelers or is he going to go to the Vikings? Because they still have not said. Remember, they said we're all in for J.J. McCarthy. We want to talk Aaron Rodgers talk. Then later they came to, well, we'll entertain it.
The other story that I saw over the weekend, and it does have ties to the Washington Commanders, is Breece Hall.
Yes.
The trade rumors, the Jets are reportedly considering trading their running back, Breece Hall, who is in the last year of his rookie contract. And one of the potential trade destinations is the Washington Commanders, have been mentioned, with fans and analysts assessing where Hall might fit if that is executed. I think that would be a good trade for the Commanders, but you got to get rid of somebody. I mean, who do you got in the running back room right now? You still got Austin Eckler there?
Yeah, Austin Eckler's there. Brian Robinson's still
around.
McNichols, and
I
think the other guy. I think that's it. Because the other guy back at training squad, Rodriguez.
Yeah, Chris Rodriguez isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And I think if you're the Jets too, it's also going to depend on where Ashton Genty falls in the draft, right? If he's still sitting around, where are they? Seventh? Jets are seventh, I believe, overall.
They're gonna be. He's gonna be gone before that.
Yeah, I think Hall's good.
Oh,
and I think Hall is good. When he was healthy, he was good. But the Commanders, one person on social media, I think, posted the Commanders were to get Breece Hall. What would you give up? It would have to be a 6th round, 2025, a 3rd round, 2026. Would you give up Luke McCaffrey? He's not really fitting into a lot of what you're doing right now.
No, he's not.
I would say yes. Honestly, yes.
Okay.
Because I think about what did I say from the jump? I love Brian Robinson. I love his story, how he came back from getting shot.
Come on, put the butt in there.
But
there it is.
Breece Hall is that dude. And I would love to pair him with Jaden Daniels and Debo Samuel and Terry McLaurin. That's weapons all day.
God, you guys cannot wait for the start of the season. Look at how giddy the both of you are.
Yeah,
just thinking about it. You're just thinking about it. Also, I'm remiss to mention this, Suave, but apparently the Miami University won the college dodgeball national championship. It's already been played. So hopefully you had money on Miami University. I made a comment earlier this hour. I apologize. I did not realize. That went in overtime, by the way. I don't know if he had the over in that one, but Miami University won.
over under the amount of time it took for all the people to get out.
Yep. All right, here we go. You guys ready to give away some tickets?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. That's right, 2025. It is here, the 71st annual PIT, going on April 16th through April 19th over there at Churchland High School at Portsmouth, showcasing the future of the NBA now since 1953. This baby's been going on. Over the years, you've had some household names like Rick Barry, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Dave Cowan, Scottie Pippen, Tim Hardaway, Dennis Rodman, Jimmy Butler, and many, many more. We're giving away a pair of tickets. Right? Tickets are in-house, ready to be picked up starting Wednesday, April the 9th. Great event.
I'm excited to go.
Look,
I'm real excited.
For those that are listening audience, if you're a hoop fan of any level, tremendous event to go to is the PIT. First class.
Mm-hmm.
First class all the way. And you're going to see some college coaches out there. You're going to see some NBA execs out there. You're going to see J-Lo out there.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
What more do you want?
Okay, so this is how we're doing it. We're giving away a pair of tickets, a little trivia this morning.
Yes.
And we were going to do Average Joe versus the Pro, but I've given up on that because our listening audience is just dumb.
Way too scared.
Just dumb when it comes to going against yours truly head-to-head. So here you go. Here's the question. So the first person to get it right, going to win a pair of tickets. Very simple. The PIT is the country's oldest basketball scouting tournament. What year did it begin? If you know the answer, dial it up right now, 757-497-1310. The PIT is the country's oldest basketball scouting tournament. What year did it begin? If you know the answer, dial it up right now, 757-497-1310, and you'll walk away with a pair of tickets. All right?
Uh-oh.
You got to put them on the air?
Yeah, I got to put them in there. Here we go.
All right, here we go. We're just going to do it. Look, just put them on hold, talk to them, tell them, hey, see if they're ready. It's going to be fantastic, man. I love doing stuff just off the cuff. Just off the cuff.
Snap of a finger.
Right there. Yeah.
That's right.
Suave, we're not trying to have a conversation. Suave, just get their name. Put them on hold. Let me talk to them. What are we doing? Come on, just put them on hold. Put them on hold. Right. You got them on hold?
Got them on
yeah.
hold.
Can we put them on the air? Put them on the air. We got them on the air?
You put them on the air?
Can we hear them? All right now. Well, thank you, Suave. Not my first rodeo. Good morning. How are you?
Awesome.
Great. What's your name?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Headed to middle school to teach.
All right, man. What middle school? Are you allowed to tell me?
Yeah, Western Branch Middle.
Oh, good work out of you there,
Can
Bruce.
I ask for...
No. This isn't about you. This isn't about you. I appreciate your work as a teacher there, Bruce, by the way. Just want to let you know.
Teachers work hard.
They do work hard, and you're severely underpaid. So I'm hoping you get this answer correct. Okay. What year did it begin? What year did it begin, Bruce?
1953.
Yes! Good work out of Bruce this morning. Congratulations, Bruce. You got a pair of tickets to the 71st annual PIT. Who is your, by the way, who's your college team, Bruce? You got a college team?
Got to go with ODU, although my wife wasn't from Auburn, so she got her heart broken there.
Ooh, she did.
Oh, no.
Sorry to hear that there,
good.
Bruce. Who do you like tonight, Bruce?
Florida looked too good.
Florida looks good. Should I lay the 1.5? What do you think there, Bruce?
I would go for it.
Oh, go for it. All right.
Nice.
I like Bruce. But I like the fact that Bruce doesn't care whether I win money or not.
No.
He's like, just roll with it. All right, Bruce, we're going to put you on hold. Suave will get all your information. Thanks for listening, and congratulations. Enjoy the event. All right. We also may play, put him on hold there, Suave. We may play Where's Waldo while you're at the event. If you can find J-Lo in the crowd, you might also win a prize. Just kind of throwing it out there. That would be spectacular.
Just look for the dude with shorts and hoodie.
All right, look, 7:39, going to go to break. Coming up on the other side, we'll read your texts. We'll read your tweets. You hit us up via the Tell 'em Kel Talking text line at 757-497-1310. It is an overreaction edition of the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading east on 64 between Settlers Landing Road and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We're seeing some delays on 664 northbound crossing MMBT, back up on 264 westbound between Court Street and Berkeley Bridge. And be aware that East Mellon Street is closed due to construction work between Libby Street and Willard Avenue. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
A Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, Suave, and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and Cova Sports TV.
Hey, welcome back. Once again, congratulations to old Bruce. He is a winner of a pair of tickets to see the PIT coming up April 16th through the 19th at Churchland High School out at Portsmouth. Giving away a pair of tickets this morning. Are we giving away another pair tomorrow?
Yes, we are. We're doing it for the whole week.
Whole week?
Whole week.
All right, good stuff. So we got more trivia, I see. So we'll have another question tomorrow, possibly in the 8 o'clock hour, maybe in the 7 o'clock hour.
Hey,
could be in the 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Never know.
You never know.
All right, good stuff right there. Hey, I do want to get some of the text messages this morning via the Tell 'em Kellum talk and text line at 757-497-1310 on this Overreaction Monday. I am noticing, did you guys see on the social media machine Hakeem Olajuwon over the weekend?
At Houston? Yeah, I seen it.
The big story was Hakeem was in attendance for the Houston game against Duke. The problem was he was not allowed on the court to celebrate with the team after the win. And social media is in an uproar. The comments, and it's a little white dude security guard who's got to be no more than 5'3", not allowing Hakeem Olajuwon onto the court. There are people vouching for Hakeem Olajuwon to come onto the court to celebrate. The look on Hakeem's face is priceless. Like, bro, what are you kidding me here? But Vernon Maxwell, a former teammate, I believe.
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yes.
Just making his rounds. He's crazy.
Man, you got to check out the podcast with him, Steven Jackson, and Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
I did not know Mad Max was that funny.
Tremendous.
Man.
Tremendous.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about this in hour one, how, hockey players, they all seem to get along. Like Wayne Gretzky giving flowers to Ovechkin for beating the record. That doesn't go on in the NBA.
No.
Right?
Yes.
Draymond Green is throwing strays at a lot of the younger guys. The younger guys are throwing strays at the older guys. They just don't like each other. Vernon Maxwell, by the way. Oh, hell no. Dream, you need to stop being Muslim for a second and ask that guy, what did the five fingers say to the face?
That's why we love Mad Max.
Right? That's great.
Unbelievable.
That is absolutely spectacular. I'm going to repost that on our X account. But people are chiming in because they're just not having it. Talk about dropping the ball here. Sheesh. Right? Comments about the security guard. Avoiding eye contact. Security guard wants no eye contact with Hakeem whatsoever. Pure disrespect. That security need a reassignment, according to that one. But Vernon Maxwell.
Phenomenal stuff.
Great stuff on the social media machine this morning. How do you not let the guy onto the court? I guess he's just doing his job.
He is Rockets basketball.
Look, he does not have a credential. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
You don't have a credential. Don't know who you are.
It's a rough spot to be in sometimes. Sometimes you don't know the faces.
Come on. You got 15 people vouching for a guy who's 7'2".
Yeah.
I don't need to see your face. You're 7'2". Just walk onto the court. Right? Just walk onto the court this morning.
That's a whole legend right there.
All right, let's read some of the text messages this morning. Suave, you got the text messages?
Yes, I do.
You want me to read them?
I got him, bro.
You got them?
Yeah, I got him.
All right, what do we got this morning?
All right, so let's go ahead and start with this one. Since we talk about John Sire in the morning.
Yeah.
From the 804, Shire blew it.
Mm-hmm.
Experience always wins out when talent is close.
Yeah, I give Kelvin Sampson a lot of credit. And there's a lot of people that are pulling for Kelvin Sampson to get that one, right? How old is he? 70?
Oh, let me check that.
Kelvin Sampson,
He's
how
that
old is he? I know Gino Auriemma is 71 years of
Yeah.
age. And congratulations to Gino Auriemma. And the question came up, man. I mean, how come we don't mention Gino when you're talking about some of the greats? The guy's 12-1. Picked up his 12th title at the University of Connecticut. He's 12-1 in the title games. We forget about Gino Auriemma. Is he going to retire, J-Lo? That is the question.
I don't know.
He's got a good squad back.
Yeah.
He's got the two most outstanding players back next year.
Yeah. I think you got to go for another round.
I will tell you this off the air. I know who the heir apparent is at the University of Connecticut.
Really?
I do. I'm not allowed to say, but it's already been determined by Gino Auriemma, who is taking over.
Okay.
And Kelvin Sampson, he's 69 years old.
69 years old. Yeah, I mean, you kind of hope.
But you got the returners and stuff. Don't you want to do one more ride?
Well, this is what these guys are built for, man. But it's exhausting. It is exhausting.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Especially
This is
at the
a
college
year-round process.
Nobody
it's
coaches
exhausting.
harder than college coaches. It's unbelievable what they do on the sideline.
Yeah. All right. What else we got
Not
this
getting
one?
that conversation because I see what this was leading into.
What's that?
About this whole college and being year-round and do. You know what we're getting into. We're not going to bring that person's name, so we're going to let it go. For the 7-5, don't look at me like that, Johnny.
I don't know what we're talking about.
College coaches has a year-long process.
It is a year-long process.
And you probably should not take time away. You got to be with your players.
I mean, it's hard to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we going with this? I don't understand.
Good.
We're talking about Tony Bennett again?
No.
Next text message.
Exactly. So we know we go with Doug Gottlieb, man. That's what we're talking about.
I wasn't even thinking about Doug Gottlieb.
I said Suave.
Seriously, I didn't even think
one thought about Doug Gottlieb.
See, you got Doug.
You said that.
Hey, that's why I said where this is going.
Shame on you, Suave.
Come on, Suave.
I'm stopping because I know where this is going.
Going there.
I know this is
I'm
going.
sure Gottlieb's doing a tremendous job at the portal and everything else.
Let me go look at an update for that.
Please go ahead. Look up the portal for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, please.
Suave,
please do so.
Shame on you, Suave.
Not
this
only
is all
that,
your fault.
let's see how much money that he's helped build in the NIL due to all his public appearances. right? Him going to Super Bowl week was all about getting that NIL and building it up and the fan base and the excitement and everything else.
Suave, shame on
you, Suave.
you.
Shame on you.
I'm going to be looking for an update here. You guys continue while I do
All
that.
right.
Okay.
From the 757, over the back should be a rule change. There you go, Johnny. Go, you can speak on that one.
It should be a rule change. I don't even understand the rule. That's the problem with over the back. Look, if you want to get rid of one rule in basketball, we got to come up with a new version of over the back. There's just got to be a better version. The game has evolved to where you've got a lot more 3-pointers. You got a lot more long rebounds. These guys are big. They're physical. You got to evolve the definition of the over the back call. I'll talk to a couple of buddies today and I'll get their impression. And then tomorrow on the show, we'll talk more about it. But that is a rule change that I think, or what do they like to call the basketball? A point of emphasis.
Yep.
A point of emphasis right now. It's going to be a point of emphasis. That's got to change. It's got to change. Yeah,
Ooh,
absolutely.
I like this text right here, though.
What's that?
From the 540 said, who is JD's Mount Rushmore of college hoop coaches?
Ooh, that's a good question. I probably will put Oriema up there. I'm not going to put John Wooden up there. I didn't watch John Wooden. I'm sorry. I know he's got his book and the pyramid and everything else. He's got 10 titles, John Wooden. But I didn't watch John Wooden. I didn't grow up with that. If you're asking me who I grew up with, you got to put Krzyzewski up there.
Absolutely.
Man, I'll tell you what. I got to think about that. Oriema's going to be up there.
Not because he's just women's basketball, right?
I don't know about Dean Smith. People love Dean Smith. I wasn't a huge Dean Smith guy. I was a Lou Carnesecca guy, but I'm not going to put him up there.
About Roy Williams.
Roy Williams, I'm not going to put him up there either. I'm not putting Roy. Yeah, Pat Summitt. Hank is trying to do with Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt was very influential.
Yes.
In basketball. I got to think about it. Can I get back to you?
Yes, you can get back to
I got to
that.
get back to you.
Because this one right here, he's back. Whoever this person is. For the 4-3-4, UVA not pulling for Duke in the Final Four. Haven't heard that one before, J-Lo. Very original.
You know, there was a small piece of me there on the flip side thinking, I do kind of want to see an ACC team win just because of all the stuff that's being talked about. But at the same time, no. I'm not going to root for Duke, okay?
But see, that's the difference. Kelvin Sampson gave props to all the Big 12 coaches. Thank you for helping prepare me and our team for this event. That's what he talked about over the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, look, UVA fans should not have a say in any Duke Final Four game ever.
And UNC fans shouldn't either, right?
No, UNC fans are allowed to because they've been there a few times. How many times have you been there? Once? Twice? Come on. Just remove yourself from the conversation.
Can I add myself back with the Wisconsin Green Bay situation?
Please.
So
please.
If all this is accurate, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players from the portal, Johnny. Going into the portal, and they have nobody so far.
So they got 5 current
leaving,
players.
5 leaving, 5 people leaving.
That's not
nobody
bad.
coming back.
That's actually not bad. I expected it to be a little bit more. But then again, you got to have talent,
including their best player, who's a 3-star.
Well, that
Jemiah
was,
Johnson.
Yeah, that was a guarantee.
And then Anthony Roy, shooting guard, 6'5", 200 pounds, has committed to Oklahoma State.
Nice.
Not a bad school to go to.
Not at all. Okay, we'll keep track of that.
Yeah, we'll keep track.
Let's keep a tracker each week.
All right, we'll have a segment every week. What has Wisconsin Green Bay done in the transfer portal?
Please do. Put it right up there. Put ODU, put Norfolk State, put Hampton, and then put Wisconsin Green Bay. Just got to throw it all into the mix right there.
What a class
I hope he does well. I hope he grabs a couple of I hope he grabs a couple of 2 stars and makes them in the 5 stars. That's what I hope. I hope him the best. I hope he's got a big
on you, Suave. I hope you know all of this is because of you.
Yeah, and I hope their NIL package is all you can eat Chick-fil-A Southwest sandwiches and salads.
And lose 132 pounds too.
And lose some weight doing
it. There you go.
There you
God,
go.
the pettiness is at an all-time high. It really is. I apologize. So bad. Just so bad.
Again, it's Suave's fault.
So bad on my part.
Well, more pettiness.
He sucked
Hank
me
gets a
into
horn.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, so here we go. Another text message from the 540. Obi put hockey on the map for a weekend. Absolutely.
that's it. One weekend.
Yeah, hockey got 2 weekends of the year. They got when Ovi put them on, and then the international thing during
the All-Star game weekend. What was that? The
I can't think of the name. The Nations, the World of the Nations, or something.
Right. That's it. And then Ovi's weekend. That's
all.
Hockey's
The Stanley Cup championship. That's it.
That's all. Yep. That's all people care about when it comes to hockey.
Hey, it's an entertaining couple of weekends.
It was. The nation square off was tremendous.
That was a lot of fun. That was some of the most fun in the entire year, I think, for all of sports.
Yeah. Okay. What else, Swab?
Yes, and also Hank. I would, I love Georgetown. Of course, I'll put him up there. So here we go from the 757. Duke fans, stop whining. You didn't get one call all year. Get over it.
Yeah, I am getting tired of Duke fans. Really, I am. I mean, look, you had a squad this year. They were good. And I talked about it throughout the year, man. Elite level defense allowed them to get to the Final Four.
Yep.
You got out-bullied.
Yep.
You went up against some grown-ass men. You went up against some dudes that are 22, 23, and you relied heavily on a couple of 18-year-olds and a 19-year-old. That's what you did. And they played a little grown man basketball. You know what grown man basketball is? I mean, that's dad strength basketball.
There you go.
Right? There's strength, and then there's dad strength basketball. When I bring you into the block, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. I'm okay putting Tiger Bomb on after the game. Are you? No, you're not. I don't have a problem. That's Houston. Houston's putting Tiger Bomb on after the game.
Uh-huh.
Right? They're feeling it, but they got a dub.
Got an ice hot everything coming on it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, anything else?
Yes, from the 804. Am I the only one who cares less about hockey records? I mean, that's good.
It's interesting.
It's decent.
I am kind of glad that it's over, so we don't have to talk about it anymore. But
Wow. I mean,
this record been around for a long time.
It is an impressive record.
Oh, it is. No question about it. It's unbelievable.
Right? It's an impressive record. When you're talking about Gretzky, held it for how long? 25 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
25 years.
He's aged phenomenally, by the way. You wouldn't know it.
What's that?
How old Gretzky is.
How old is he?
I don't even know, but he looks much younger than he is.
Then why would you say I would believe it if you don't even know how old he is?
Okay, I'll look at that up.
He is
He looks
64.
good. No, he looks great.
Looks about in his 40s.
Look, he looks great, and his wife looks phenomenal. She looked fantastic on Friday, where they kept panning into the box, and he was sitting there with who's the commissioner? Bettman of the NHL. Like they were made for the moment. And I talked about it in the first hour of the show. I give hockey players credit, man. Gretzky was above board. He was professional. It's almost like he was enjoying the moment and passing the torch to Ovechkin, where I also love the fact that Ovi's done it with one team.
Yep.
That to me is the coolest thing.
And that's
thing
another thing about hockey. They're loyal to their teams, man. You don't got players flying around the entire league.
Well, it's not really about the money.
Yeah.
When you're talking about hockey.
Passion.
It is passion. They just love it. So anything else, Swab?
That'd be it there.
All right. Got a text. Drop it into the Tell 'em Kellum Talking text line at 757-497-1310. You got a comment? Put it into the comment box on our YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you don't mind. All right. Hour 2 is in the books. Coming up in hour number 3. We've got a special guest coming up at 8:25 this morning. Are we allowed to say it?
Go ahead and say it.
All right, Kylo Quinn is going to stop by. He is the master of ceremonies, I believe, at the PIT. I believe he played at the PIT. I know he was at Norfolk State.
He was at Norfolk State, yeah.
Was he part of the team that won at Norfolk State, I believe?
I think so. I think he was.
I believe he is.
He was, yeah.
Not only that, but I believe he was also a New York
Yes,
Knickerbocker.
he was. Yes, he was.
So we're just going to spend the entire time talking about the Knicks. Jalen Brunson was back last night, right?
Yep. Y'all got 50 wins now.
Got 50 wins.
The Knicks, y'all.
Knicks are back.
The Knicks are here.
Feeling
Go
it.
New York, go
Trying to
New
get
York.
New York's second basketball
Hey, look,
championship
man,
of the year.
I was at the Garden over the weekend.
really?
Right
Really?
there. Yep. Hey,
You
look.
kept all this quiet.
Look, here's the deal. Nobody was at the Garden. I just was in New York City. And my daughter, who's 21 years of age, we named her after Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
You are a real New Yorker.
No.
That's awesome.
I like to say we did. My wife tells me otherwise, but I like to say we
You
did.
chose it for that. She chose it for another reason.
Yeah, I chose it for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to name her after the world's
You can
most
believe whatever
famous
you want.
arena. Okay, Madison Square Garden. But yeah, the Knickerbockers are back. So look, hour 2 is in the books. Coming up at hour number 3. More of your texts, more of your tweets on an Overreaction Monday. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Mostly cloudy today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. A chance for a strong to severe thunderstorm to mix in as well. Temperatures will be falling as we go through the day. Tonight, chance for showers and storms with lows in the 40s. For tomorrow, look for clearing skies, but much cooler. High temperatures only in the mid-50s tomorrow. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out
and taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
Kindfest 2025. Don't forget, join Fox Sports 1310 a.m. for Kindfest 2025 at Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach on Saturday, April the 12th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Kindfest is a free pet and family-friendly community event to help bring Hampton Roads together for a day full of positivity to support local nonprofit organizations and fun. There'll be food trucks, bounce houses, games, live music from Snack Bar Jones, and a special performance from national recording artist Brian Larkins, presented by Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. For more information about the event, head on over to mykindfest.com. Again, that is mykindfest.com. Good morning, it is 8 a.m. It's time for the Power Hour, and this is your Fox Sports Update. The Norfolk Admirals beat the Iowa Heartlanders 5-3 Sunday afternoon. Johnny Sorensen had 2 goals. The Admirals have officially clinched their spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs for the second consecutive year. While playoff dates are still unknown, you can purchase playoff tickets now at NorfolkAdmirals.com. Again, that is NorfolkAdmirals.com. The great chase is over. Alex Ovechkin scored goal number 895, passing hockey legend Wayne Gretzky to become the NHL's all-time leading scorer. The Capitals lost the game to the Islanders 4-1. The Yukon Huskies won national championship number 12 yesterday in women's college basketball, beating 1 seed South Carolina 82-59. Paige Becker scored 17 points in her final game ever as a Husky. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app. It's time for the Power Hour with myself, Suave, and Johnny D. Let's get straight to it.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny D.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Great to be with you. It is a Monday edition, an Overreaction Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. The polls are open on the Exit Drive, Johnny D. We will update the poll questions coming up here in a minute. Also, you could check us out on YouTube this morning, streaming live at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you don't mind. Coming up in about 20 minutes, Kyle O'Quinn will join us. We'll talk a little PIT, which is coming up next week out at Churchland High School. Also, Kyle O'Quinn of Norfolk State. We'll talk a little college basketball. They knocked off Missouri. That's what it was. When Norfolk State was the 15th seed, and they knocked off Missouri, the 2 seed. Kyle O'Quinn was there. So should we talk a little Norfolk State basketball, or should we talk about the New York Knicks?
Get a nice mix.
It's a mix, yeah.
You start with Norfolk State, then you go to the Knicks.
You guys are ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Let's talk about the Knicks.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody wants
You
to
can
talk
see the
about the
question.
Knicks.
Just a quick question.
We'll ask him about, did Bronny James really outplay Steph Curry last night?
Sure, absolutely. Hey,
Steph Curry, 3 points.
you got it. Absolutely.
Bronny James, 3 points. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you're looking at the box score, you're looking at a guy who played 2 minutes with 3 points and a guy who played, 30-something minutes with 3 points. That's it. Some of the top headlines today, we've been talking about it. Ovechkin passes Gretzky. And I give credit to Wayne Gretzky, man. He went on the road. Not only did he check it out in D.C., but he went to Long Island, which, trust me, if you've been to Long Island, you really don't want to travel to Long Island. It's probably the armpit of the East Coast. But, Gretzky was there to watch history. UConn cruises to its 12th title. Houston's got Florida coming up tonight for the national championship. And by the way, how about Vladdy Guerrero?
Yeah, I know. It got buried a little bit with all the other stuff.
It did get buried a little bit, but $500 million. I mean, you couldn't get it done in February. All of a sudden, the guy's worth $500 million on a 14-year deal. What are we doing?
Third largest contract in history.
Come on, please. Unbelievable stuff. So some of the top headlines today on this Overreaction Monday. Text or tweet. You can hit us up via the Telecom Talk text line. And 757-497-1310. 1310. Gibbs has chimed in this morning on the YouTube stream. Yeah, NSU over Missouri, 15-2. And damn, Johnny, just got to it. Yeah, a little slow this morning. Not going to lie. Got in late last night and did not sleep well. So not as sharp as attack this morning. Sharp enough. Yeah, look, sharp enough to talk a little college basketball. Odds for tonight? We got the odds for tonight?
Yes, we do.
Which way are we leaning towards tonight? Florida taking on the Houston Cougars.
So the odds got Florida on a 1.5. And they got a over under 140.5.
Yeah, so this one would open up as Florida laying 1.5. It has not moved. And the Houston is on defense. Not sure I got to lean just yet. I've had Florida since day one. Florida has played with fire a little bit in 3 straight games. I will say that. They had no business beating Texas Tech.
No.
They won that game. Should have lost to UConn, right? It was UConn, I believe.
Yeah.
And I should have lost to UConn. And easily could have lost to Auburn. who let that get away. One thing I will say about Florida, though, they got the best closer in the game right now, Walter Clayton Jr.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that dude is
lights out.
He's insane. He's insane. But they got a lot of length. The physicality of Houston. My only concern is, granted, adrenaline could go so far in the NCAA tournament. To come back 48 hours later after beating Duke, what do you got left in the tank? Because that's a lot of people that were thinking about Houston outside of Suave, who were thinking about Houston winning that basketball game. Do you have enough in the tank to win it? That's going to be the question.
You got to tell me, just give me 40 minutes, y'all. Just give me 40 minutes. 40 minutes, that's all I need. And you can rest after that. But just give me 40 minutes tonight. Everybody talking about Walter Clayton Jr., John D. talking about, everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Houston, just give me 40 minutes. Play harder than you did.
Stop. What are you doing here? You doing a motivational speech? No.
You got
Are you on Houston right now? You're Houston's biggest fan right now?
No, I'm on Georgetown.
So I need to get up and take an Instagram video of your pregame speech for the Cougars.
Georgetown Hoy, that's my favorite team.
Here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to video Suave during the break with his official pick of being the Houston Cougars tonight.
Yes.
And then I want you to put it on X, and I want you to tag Josh Prey.
Gladly.
Phenomenal.
Gladly.
And a friend of the program, comedian Josh Prey, who chimed in this morning after I was talking about Hakeem Olajuwon not being able to get on the court. He had it's tremendous. He said, imagine Florida not letting Tim Tebow on the court after advancing to the Final Four. Houston, y'all don't deserve anything good after treating Hakeem like that. Gator Nation would never. He is absolutely correct. There's no way Tim Tebow sitting on the sidelines.
No.
And them not allowing him to celebrate with Gator Nation.
That would be crazy.
Right?
No, he's
blasphemous.
But you doing it to Hakeem? He's 7'2". Just let
He's
him
hard to
by.
miss.
I don't
just
know.
let him by.
I don't know what happened. Why?
At what point, if you're Hakeem, you just keep walking? Like, who's going to stop you? The dude was 5'3". He's not going to. What is he going to go Jeff Van Gundy around your leg? Right? Come on. That's not going to happen.
It's the same guy, Hakeem, who slapped Vernon Maxwell. I'm pretty sure you don't want to mess with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Not at all. Not at all. But looking at the odds tonight, I'm sticking with Florida. I'm sticking with Florida. I've stuck with them since day one. I don't know about the total, though. I got to look at team totals. I don't think Florida will score as many points as they typically do.
Mm-hmm.
So can we look up the team total there, Jay? I could look it up on my ESPN Bet app this morning, where I hit big with that Houston money line on a Saturday, which was nice, man. That had a nice little payoff right there. Hold on. So let me look at it, see if I can pull it up.
I got something right here, the average points.
No. We're not talking about average.
You want total?
Yeah, look. I know you're feeling good about yourself. Stop it.
Lone Wolf.
Just stop.
Lone Wolf.
We're talking about total point, team points.
You win one bet over us, Suave. Come on.
Come on, Suave. So Houston's team total is 70.5, and Florida's is 70.5. That's Florida. Look, I might go under the team total. I don't think it's going over 140, 141. I don't think so. I see like a 68, 65 type of game. What does that equate to? That's 120.
That's 133.
133,
Yeah,
134. Yeah.
No, it says 865 is 133.
Yeah, that's 133. I'm going more that direction for tonight's game. But who do you got? You can chime in on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Love to get your selection for tonight. You can vote on it. The polls are open this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D. Can we get an update of the polls there, J-Lo?
Yes, we can. Our Pay Surf Payroll poll questions of the day today. Number one, was the moment too big for John Shire? 100% of the votes say yes, it was.
Poor John Shire.
Oh, he's going to get slammed.
He's had a great year all year.
He really has.
And he had one bad half of basketball.
Yep.
One bad half.
Yep.
Just happened to be on the biggest stage. Also, just very quickly, a raise of hands. Who in this room really enjoys watching a college basketball Final Four in a football stadium? I really don't.
No,
it's awful.
I mean, the Alamo Dome. Yeah. I hate when the floor it's elevated,
and then
you got to take a step down.
Jumping up.
Yeah.
No, it's awful. I hate that.
I'm not a big fan. I liked it back in the day when NC State won. It was at the pit down in New Mexico. Even the regional, Newark is where they had the regionals, right, for the men's.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. I'm not a fan of the football stadium.
Think about the people that are paying the cheap seats to sit at the top of the football stadium, nowhere near the basketball court. I mean,
they have asked, being a Syracuse fan, they have talked about for years playing Duke and putting it on the 50-yard line.
Instead of just having it on the end zone kind of thing, the red zone.
So right now, the way it works at Syracuse is that's the end zone.
Yep.
And then you got a big old curtain that comes up at the 50-yard line, and the stands go right up into it. They talked about placing it right at the 50.
That'd be cool.
But the season ticket holders are like, no way. Because all of a sudden now they're regular seats. They're not premium seats anymore. So how do you accommodate the season ticket holders for games like that? That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. You pack in even more people than you would.
Yeah.
Way more people.
Yeah. I would think maybe for a UVA game. Nah, maybe not.
Yep. Next question.
Not for UVA.
Next one.
Maybe Ryan Odo's UVA is a little bit more entertaining than a Tony Bennett.
Well, it'll be more entertaining, that's for sure.
That
No
is
question
for sure.
about it. Next Space Surf Payroll poll question of the day. Was the Cooper flag over the back call a foul? 75% says no, it was not.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, what do you expect? It's every Final Four there's going to be a controversial one.
Yeah, but that one was just a little bit too much. Though.
Yeah, I brought it up. You're talking about consistency. That's all it is. Every coach will tell you the same thing. Officials are not going to be perfect. You got to be consistent. The way you call it early is the way you got to call it late. It's too hard for players to have to make an adjustment halfway through a game. All of a sudden, I can't hand check, right? All of a sudden, now you're going to be calling it after 2 fouls. Now, all of a sudden. So you teach these guys, look, you play until the whistle blows. Once that official makes that first call, you make that adjustment. If you are not calling it all game, the physicality, then all of a sudden you're going to call it over the back. What the hell?
Yeah.
Right? That's you can't do that. You can't. Bad call, I thought at that point. But Duke fans, stop whining. Look, one call did not make that game. You blew a 14, 16-point lead in the second half.
Yep.
You had that game with total control, and you blew it. Get over it.
Next.
Get over it.
Our next one, poll question of the day. Who do you got tonight, Houston or Florida? We're actually 50-50.
Yeah, Suave, we know you're going to Houston.
That's right.
You're going to ride with Houston. They're all the same age as you, so I can understand that. Not bad. J-Lo, you have not given your official prediction for tonight.
Yeah.
I've noticed it.
I'm leaning towards, I think I'm going to go with Florida, and I'm going to go with that score we talked about last week, 74-69.
74-69.
You get that 5-point game.
You're going to ride with that score, man.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with that score.
At some point, it's got to hit. What's the money? What's the money?
The money? What do you mean the money?
What's the money for if you get the exact score?
Oh, it's astronomical. I don't know what it is.
I gotta check that out.
You go check that out. But yeah, Florida, they've just looked so good top to bottom the entire year. We're talking during the regular season, just picked up huge top 10 wins, top 5 wins, and they have that experience. And that's something that Houston had over Duke. Now we have two very experienced teams going up against each other. And Florida, man, they just look so good. Even if they start off a little stumpy, they still find a way to get back into it and close out the game like they've been doing. So I'm going to take Florida 74-69.
Hey, look, you also got to factor in, and I thought about this. John Shire was 37. Todd Golden's 39.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I gave it a
You
thought.
got a 30-year difference in head coaches. That one has been around.
Crazy to think about.
Now, Todd Golden, though, this is his second stop. Right, I believe he was at
Auburn.
No, San Francisco.
Oh, you mean head coaching?
Head coaching at San Francisco prior to this, so he's been around a little bit longer than John Shire has. But again, that's something to factor in. You got a guy that's been around the block a little bit in Kelvin Sampson. So we'll see. It's going to be physical either way.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
And our final one, who do you blame the Duke loss on the most, John Shire, Cooper Flagg, or the referees? You got to love it. 50% goes to the referees, 33.3% goes to John Shire, 16.7% goes to Cooper Flagg. Because Cooper Flagg would never do anything wrong, Johnny.
That's basically a lot of Duke people.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
It's all the referees' fault.
Look, at the end of the day, he had a pivotal foul over the back. He had a bad missed assignment on defense that led to one of the 3-pointers. And you put the ball in his hands on the turnaround J at the elbow that clanged. I say what you want about Cooper Flagg. He's going to be the number 1 pick.
Yes, he
Tremendous talent, no doubt about it. However, I just gave you three 3 instances at the end of these basketball game where he came up short.
Yeah. But does he really want to go to the Wizards, Johnny?
Well, look, nobody wants to go to the Wizards. Carmelo Anthony's trying to buy the Wizards.
Yes, he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony
video of it.
That's
wants
awesome.
to buy the Wizards.
He can fix them.
Oh, no, how quick it's going to take a while to fix it. I can see the way the NBA gods work. San Antonio getting the number 1 pick.
No way.
Why not?
Because the NBA is not like the NFL. The worst record just have your better chance.
I know. That's the thing. The Wizards aren't even going to win the
chance.
lottery. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it's going to be. It's not going to be the Wizards.
Look, if you're the NBA, you do not want Utah to get the number 1 pick.
Oh
of
God,
Cooper
no.
Flag. We don't want Cooper
He'll
Flag.
disappear in Utah.
He'll be a basketball purgatory out in Utah.
It's like he's Zion with New Orleans.
You would love, if you're the NBA, what would be the perfect scenario for the number 1
Wizards is
pick?
definitely not the perfect scenario at all.
Why not? Washington, D.C., major media market. Absolutely. The Wizards would be great.
It's better than Utah, that's for sure.
Would be great.
I think if San Antonio, would that be
Look,
there?
3 places. Here are the 3.
Oh, here are the 3.
Here are the 3.
Let's go.
Conspiracy theories.
All right.
I want you to keep track. Number 1's going to be Washington. If you could put somebody marketable in Washington, D.C., look at the Commanders, what it did for them.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Ovechkin, you got Jaden Daniels, you put Cooper Flag in there, you're living the dream.
Okay.
That's number 1.
All right.
San Antonio is number 2. You put him with Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully we'll be healthy. You also got De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
It's in San
And
Antonio.
that rookie,
Stephon Castle
Yes.
is there as well. That would be number 2. The third one would be the Philadelphia 76ers.
I don't know why.
Could you imagine
He fits that franchise.
Paul George being back healthy, Embiid coming off of surgery, Maxey healthy? Are you kidding me?
I feel like he would fit there too.
He would be perfect in Philadelphia.
I think so too.
They would embrace him in Philadelphia. Oh, dear God.
I know. I can think about it right now.
Anybody but the Celtics. He grew up a Celtics guy. Right? They got a lot of draft picks.
He ain't going
Could you trade up?
No. Not
for the Boston Celtics?
No.
He would love to be in Boston.
Of course, but no. But that Sixers one would be a perfect thing. And like you said, if he go to Philly and the way they love their people, if they come and play, man, that would be a perfect fit for him.
Boy, he is such a Boston Celtic, though. He fits perfectly into the history of the Boston Celtics.
Why? Because Larry Bird.
Absolutely. The kid, he grew up a Celtic fan.
I know.
I mean, obsessed. His mom is obsessed with the Boston Celtics.
I was going to say, do we have a pulse check on Cooper Flag's mom this morning?
I don't think so.
I don't.
Not good. Not good at all.
I haven't seen a thing.
Not good at all. I was watching a video that talked about the last time she played in the driveway with him. She beat him when he was 10 years old. Apparently, she blew out her Achilles or her knee or something.
Unbelievable.
But that was the last time they played. But
she retired a winner.
She also dropped this was in 6th grade when he was 6'2", I think in the 6th grade or something ridiculous like that.
God.
I mean, come on, man.
He probably dominated that school's association, whatever they got going on.
In Maine.
He
was that video.
Oh, dear God.
He was that video of rec leagues. You ever see those video of rec leagues?
Yeah.
And which kid does not belong on this court right now?
And he has the sideburns going. He's way taller. He's twice the size of all the kids out there.
He done lied on his birth certificate.
All right. 22 minutes after the hour. Hey, straight ahead, going to talk a little college basketball. Talk a little PIT. Friend of the program, Kyle O'Quinn, stops by. That's why Suave's got the Norfolk State gear this morning. He's trying to kiss up to Kyle O'Quinn. He's coming up next on the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Allstate. Expect heavy traffic on 264 eastbound between Des Moines Avenue and Berkeley Bridge. The left lane is blocked on 64 westbound due to an accident between Military Highway and Route 17. And heading east on 64, we're seeing heavy traffic between Settlers Landing Road and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Yes, sir. Welcome in 8:25 on a Monday. Great to be with you. This is the Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM. A reminder, download the app, Fox Sports 1310. Follow us on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. The polls are open on the X at Drive Johnny D. Kyle O'Quinn coming up here in a couple of minutes. We'll talk a little college basketball, talk a little PIT. Maybe we can kind of work him over for some players that are going to be attending that have not been released yet.
Yeah, a little sneak tip.
By the way, a native of Queens, New York, Jamaica, Queens.
Yes, sir.
Home of St. John's. How come he was not a Johnny? Got to ask him that question. Very quick, the class of the 2025 Basketball Hall of Fame was announced over the weekend there, Suave. Did you see the list?
I just see Dwight Howard finally getting in.
Yeah, Dwight Howard. He was crying.
About time, because he deserved to be in.
You think so? I'm not a big Dwight Howard guy.
This man was one of the best defensive players when he was there.
Stop.
Literally. Seriously. You would pull up his stats, won't you?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
I'm not a big Dwight Howard fan.
Have you guys started?
I'm just telling you.
I'm not
a big Dwight Howard fan, number one. And number two, the most overrated slam dunk contest of all time is when he put on that damn Superman cape and he did not dunk it. He threw it in. He threw it into the ball. I mean, he threw it in.
Okay, so here we go.
And then all of a sudden we're calling him Superman. He's the greatest of all time. That dude did not dunk it. He threw the ball into the basket.
So here we go, Johnny D.
Go for it.
He's an NBA champion.
Sure.
8-time All-Star.
By the way, who did he win with?
The Lakers.
Okay.
It was the bubble.
Okay, it was the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
So also he's 8-time All-Star.
Okay.
8-time All-NBA honoree. 5-time All-Defensive Team member. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Hall of Fame numbers.
You think so?
Yes.
How many years has he been on the ballot?
Let's see.
This is not his first year, correct?
No, it's not his first year. That's why he was.
Well, he's not even the headliner, but he's all excited about it. Sue Bird, J-Lo's new favorite friend, Sue Bird, who did the alternate cast.
My new favorite friend.
Over the weekend. Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. Maya Moore. Billy Donovan, which we've been talking about great college coaches. Let's not forget Billy Donovan, 06, 07, Florida Gators?
He's right on up there.
It's got to be right up there. Why are we putting the Redeem team in? The 2008 U.S. Olympic team?
That was Kobe, LeBron, and them?
Is that who that was?
I think so. Kobe, LeBron, Melo, and Wade.
That might have been 20. Well, yeah, it was that team.
Yeah. Because they had a documentary about them. How before Kobe came, they was nothing. Kobe came through and they got serious.
All right. And then, of course, Carmelo Anthony is the headliner, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Just a walking bucket, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, when he got drafted and went to Denver, he was a walking bucket. When he got traded to the New York Knicks, that was a huge deal. I mean, that dude could score on anyone. It did not matter. Played no defense whatsoever. My idol. No doubt about it. Carmelo Anthony. He was great, though. He was great. And I'm looking forward to his kid. His kid's going to be at Syracuse next year.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
The guy who could single-handedly save Autry's job.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I hate to say this, but Autry is firmly on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
He has to make the NCAA tournament next year. He has to. If not, he's gone. Please don't bring Boeheim back. But
that's not a real conversation, is it?
Oh, it's always a conversation.
For Boeheim to come back to coaching.
You got to understand, Boeheim retired, but then stayed. Like he did one of those, I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
Mike Hopkins is going to be my guy. No, I'm going to come back. It wouldn't stun me if Boeheim came back. Although I don't think he could deal with NIL.
No, I wouldn't think Syracuse wants him back, right?
No, they don't want him back. But again, if there's not a better option out there, it's not going to be Mike Hopkins. He's an assistant somewhere. I don't even know where he is.
Robert Jones. I mean, come on.
No, stop. Robert Jones is not going anywhere. I don't believe anytime soon. I got to believe. You tell me, Suave. Do you think Robert Jones is going to go anywhere?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
I think it's at that point, man. If he would have moved on,
he would have did it.
Like again, these guys have got a window of when you're talking about leverage and when they're talking about being as hot as they could be as a candidate. I think Robert Jones is right. Like now is the time. Don't wait. If you're going to do it now.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's happening.
I don't know.
All right. We'll wait. We are efforting Kyle O'Quinn to be on the program. I do want to bring up the Shaquille O'Neal story. I don't know if you saw this, Suave.
Which one?
But apparently Shaquille O'Neal, very outspoken, was on a podcast. I don't know which podcast this was. It was a podcast that drops a lot of not so nice words. So I can't air it on the program. Legion Hoops is the one who posted it, and I'll repost it on our X account at Drive Johnny D. And talking again about an old school guy talking about the new school players. And just the total disrespect that these guys have for the players today. And he said, quote, talking about Victor Wembanyama, and I guess Chet Holmgren came up with the conversation. Shaq says, quote, he'd make both Chet and Wemby quit. That's what he would do. And if he was playing today, I would make both Chet and Wemby quit. I just elbow them in the face all game like a big guy. What is it about these old school guys? Suave, I got to ask you, because you are an NBA guy. You are an aficionado. What is it about the Shaquille O'Neals, the Charles Barkleys? Hell, Draymond Green has been very outspoken lately about just poo-pooing on any of the young talent that's in the NBA right now.
So here's the thing where a lot of people don't understand. When these old school guys are comparing you to NBA greats, they're literally saying that you're great as well, and you're compared to guys who set the standard. And a lot of times, these big men in the past, the game has transcended that there's no more big man moves. Like every big man wants to shoot a three now. Every big man wants to not be in the paint. So it's like the essence of the post move, the essence of the footwork of Hakeem, the essence of being in the post and getting back down like Shaq. They're not there anymore. So when people are going after these new players, they be like, well, are you really centers? And the reason why guys like Shaq, guys like Hakeem, I even put Patrick Ewing in that boat. The reason why they have an issue with it because you're taking the essence of what they did as a big man and basically just threw it out of the game. So now you have these old ones who come and playing against these new guys. They're going to fail. Yes, we can kill you in that paint because you're not built for that. Wemby is a 7'6", 130-pound player. You're going against a guy who's 7'1", 325. He's going to throw you into the crowd, man.
The referees aren't built for it either.
Absolutely not. Because remember when Melo came to play for the Lakers, I think it was. They gave Melo a foul, and the ref he went to go talk to the refs. And he asked, "Why'd you give me a foul for?" The ref literally said, and he quote, "That bully ball doesn't do in the NBA no more."
It's the game has evolved. It's evolved, whether you like it or not. The game has evolved, and part of the reason is the analytics, right? The numbers tell you this is how the game should be played. If you want to win and you want to be more efficient in doing so, forget about the mid-range game. You shoot layups or you shoot threes, right? Forget about the mid-range game. There are still guys in the NBA that have a mid-range game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody expects so. Guess what, Shaquille O'Neal? You can't hit a free throw. You can't hit a three-pointer. You can't defend that far away from the basket. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
All right? It goes both ways. There are still teams that like to play through the post. There are teams that do like to play through the post. It's just not your number one option anymore. It's just not your number one option. Shaquille O'Neal today could not be playing in the NBA. He couldn't because he couldn't defend. He couldn't defend.
Are you serious?
Seriously.
Are you serious?
Suave. The pace that the game plays at today and the ability.
Hold on, what Shaq we talking about first?
What's that? Okay, we're talking about well, you know what? Shaq in the Orlando days, very athletic and run the floor to a point.
Okay.
Shaq early on in the Laker days, sure.
Yes.
But later Shaq.
Oh, no.
Look at the guys today. You can see the mismatches. Shaq in a middle ball screen. He can't guard that. He's not going to hedge. He's not going to come out of the guard to get back. That's not what his game is. Right?
Yeah.
There are guys that are built. This is why Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama are so good. They're 7'2" and 3. They can put the ball on the deck from 35 out, beat a dude off the dribble, pull up threes. If they got to go into the post, they'll go into the post. But it's just the way the game has evolved. These guys have such an issue with the way the games have evolved and the money that's associated with it, and the fact that these guys can get away with not playing 82 games.
But you can tell if you're a former player that you can see if somebody has passion or not. And it does take an offense to someone that if they built off your back. That's like Johnny D. You put so much effort into this business that we are right now, and I come after you. And every day that you put your heart, your blood, sweat, and tears into sports broadcasting, I come in, do half the work, don't show no type of competitive, don't show really no type of research or anything. And you're looking like, I was here at this time period, not making this much money, going to God knows where, and here you come behind me and you basically take everything I did and be lackadaisy with it. You will feel some type of way too. Because you had to go through the grind. You had to go through the different people you had to talk to.
These guys just have a really hard time. I told you, it's amazing. We're looking at Wayne Gretzky and how here's Wayne Gretzky. He's at the Cavs game the other night. He's going to Long Island. How he interacts with Alex Ovechkin, the things he's talking about with Ovi, how he's great for the game, how it could have happened to a nicer guy, a guy that's put the effort in, who, by the way, has played with a lot of physicality, too.
Yeah.
In talking about Ovechkin. He's giving hockey players seem to be given praise, whether it's, the old Sidney Crosby talking about Mario Lemieux and these guys back in the day. They all give praise. Now, granted, has hockey changed that much over the years?
No.
I wouldn't say so.
A couple of rule changes here and there, but no,
not
really
drastic.
hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Baseball, there's still a little bit of pettiness there, but even baseball, it seems like it's translated year over year.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Football,
Football, outside of the quarterback position.
Exactly.
The quarterback position is always going to be the spotlight, right? That's always going to be the needle mover in these conversations. But basketball, man, it's if it's not one, it's another dude. And it's dudes that were bums in the NBA too that are outspoken, right? You get some guys that are not Shaquille O'Neal, that are absolute bums.
You get some sixth men.
Right? Like I love Matt Barnes and I love Steven Jackson. Come on. Are they Hall of Famers? No.
No, I can't say that.
They got a great podcast. They do a great job with what they do, but they're even going to be very outspoken about some of these guys. Just calling them bums. I think part of it is they get so pissed off with the load management.
Yes.
Really pissed off about the load management. Who was the guy on First Take the other day that was filling in? Was it Morris?
Marcus Morris.
Marcus, did you hear some of the things he said? Talking about the most feared player in the NBA is Kawhi Leonard. What are we doing here? Come on, man.
He even said that I think Steph Curry was not top 20 or something. Oh, he said Jokic wasn't top 20.
Yeah, Jokic is not top 20. Dude, 7'1", hitting 3-pointers. Grown man strength.
Who just dropped, 61, 15, and 10?
Yeah, triple-double with 61 points. What are we doing?
I think he just got an issue with the Warriors.
Gotcha. 40 minutes after the hour. We'll try to get Kyle LeQuinn on later on this week. We apologize for that. Hey, we're going to take a timeout. Coming up on the other side, J-Lo will get you ready for a busy day. And, of course, we got to get up early, which means the NCAA has said, screw you. We're starting the game at 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll talk about that. Unreal. It's a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Allstate. Expect heavy traffic on 264 eastbound between Des Moines Avenue and Berkeley Bridge. The left lane is blocked on 64 westbound due to an accident between Military Highway and Route 17. And heading east on 64, we're seeing heavy traffic between Settlers Landing Road and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Have you heard? Tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
With Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports 1310. You are listening to The Morning Drive on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM. And always free on the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
All right, we're wrapping it up for Overreaction Mondays, 8:44. And Jayla, I'm sorry. That right there, what Johnny D said about Shaq not playing this league, that's just blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
It's blasphemy because Shaquille O'Neal was considered the most dominant player in NBA history. And for Johnny D to say he would not be good in this era because he's too physical, because he was in a low post, I'm sorry, that is complete blasphemy right there. Go ahead, do you remember Shaq playing?
I don't remember him playing, but obviously I've seen the highlights, I've seen the numbers, I've seen everything. I've seen that. I never got to see him play him live as far as I can remember, but I know he was pretty dominant.
We back on the air?
Yes,
we're back on the air.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's all right. We're just talking about the blasphemous that you
gotta
just
do what you
said.
gotta do.
Yeah.
Speaking blasphemy for Shaq, I can't believe that.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Hey, one thing I am looking forward to tonight with the national championship game. I think we got a couple of records that may be broken. If Kelvin Sampson wins it tonight, I believe, and J-Lo, you can fact check this, is going to be the oldest coach ever to win a national championship on the men's side at 69, right? That's number one. If Todd Golden wins it, he will be the youngest since who at 39 years of age? Who is the youngest to win the national title? I maybe you're wrong on this. I'm just spewing just incorrect knowledge on this show.
Is it what, Tony Bennett or something?
No, it's not Tony Bennett. Trust me.
No.
I want to say, believe it or not, I think it's Jim Valvano. I think Jimmy V was 37 when he won it back in 83. I believe we might have to look that up.
We're doing it right now for you.
But I believe so. I know Kelvin Sampson, if he wins tonight at 69, will be the oldest to win the NCAA title on the men's side. Obviously, Gino Auriemma won it at 71 on the women's side this weekend. But I want to say the youngest, was it Jim Valvano at 37 back at 83?
I'm going to check that.
I think
right
so.
now.
And I think I don't think Billy Donovan was that young when he
I think it was a guy named Danny Ford.
Danny Ford. But what year was that?
Is it after the 2020 season? Danny Ford is still the youngest coach to win a national championship, doing so at the age of 33, just days after the 1982 season ended.
Okay, so talking about since 83, Jim Valvano won it at 83 at 37 years of age. So Todd Golden, if he wins tonight, will be the youngest since Jim Valvano won it back at 83 at 37 years of age.
I think that's correct.
So there you go. Little facts for you. Why are you such a lover?
Yeah, because Shaq got open. This first year, you gotta think, Johnny D. This is a 7'1" guy that came out of LSU.
Yeah,
running the floor. Literally he was literally a playmaker.
He was just a man amongst boys. Exactly. He was the Will Chamberlain of our time. Right? They said the same thing about old Will Chamberlain. Shaq had one thing I will say about Shaq. He had a little bit more competition than Will Chamberlain had. He had Patrick Ewing. But he got dominated. But he got dominated by Hakeem.
Yes, he did.
He got dominated by Hakeem.
I mean, Hakeem dominated a lot of guys. Ask David Robinson.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But Shaq was just that physical. That was a man. Just to see that picture when he went against the Nets and everybody was just on, like 4 guys jump on him, he still make the dunk. This stuff was a sight seeing in basketball.
What are these dudes going to say about Cooper Flagg when he enters the league? How critical are they going to be of this kid?
Gonna get a Caitlin Clark situation?
I don't
think it's crazy to say.
You see the hate that goes on in the WNBA towards Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah.
You do. Are you going to get the same type of hate? I feel like the WNBA and the NBA are different in this regard.
I do too.
I think guys are a little bit more observant of a dude's skill set. And I think the fact that Cooper Flagg was it during the summer when they were getting ready for the Olympics, played in some of those exhibition games where he just ran court, apparently.
Yes, he did.
There were a lot of people that said Cooper Flagg sort of opened some eyes on a lot of these current NBA guys. Like, look, this dude can play.
Yeah.
This dude can play. So I think the current guys will give him a little bit of respect, but they're gonna still body him around when he comes in the league.
Of course.
I hope we don't have a Caitlin Clark situation. I really hope we don't.
I doubt it. I really do.
I mean, I really hope we don't. Are you going to get a Paige Becker situation like Caitlin Clark?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar style.
The WNBA, God, I can't believe I'm talking about this. They need to get their arms around this quick. This is the most visibility this league has ever gotten in 20 plus years. Don't blow it. Seriously, don't blow it. You got an opportunity to go out and get advertisers. You got a TV package now. It's on 17 different networks. I don't know where to watch it, but I know it's out there, right? If you're the WNBA, man, don't blow this. Don't blow it because you got some petty players over there that will not give their flowers to the only reason people are watching.
Yep. You're right. Yeah.
And the NBA, look, the NBA may be the same way when Cooper Flagg comes to town.
That's what I was going to say. We keep talking about they need something, some form of content to boost themselves because their viewership has been so down. Could Cooper Flagg be that guy?
I don't think he wants to be that guy, number one.
No, nobody does.
He definitely does not want to be that guy. But he will be a focal point, man. When that draft comes around, a lot of those storylines are going to be all about Cooper Flagg. Is he that can't miss prospect when he goes into the NBA? For those who think Cooper Flagg is coming back to Duke, good luck with that. I don't look.
No.
Anything is possible with today's NIL. I will say that. If you offer the man enough money, maybe he does come back. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I would be stunned if he comes back to Duke. But he's going to be the focal point of every storyline. He really is. And he deserves it. I mean, he's that good and he's that talented. That's going to be a guy. He's got to be in that perfect situation. Philadelphia is a really good spot.
Absolutely.
Because if you got guys that are healthy, he does not have to be that guy. San Antonio would be a spectacular spot.
Yes.
The Washington Wizards,
he will be the focal point of it all.
Charlotte, okay. Maybe if LaMelo's still there and he's healthy, takes a little bit off of Cooper Flagg down to Charlotte. They would love him down to Charlotte.
You know it. Oh, definitely.
I mean, the fact that he's from Duke, they're going to love him down to Charlotte. There are certain places where you just, New Orleans, no, please don't.
No.
Although, put him with Zion.
Zion might not even be there next year.
What is Zion doing?
Dude, I haven't heard anything about Zion since he got injured the first time in the NBA.
But he's been buried.
Yes.
Down in New Orleans. You don't know what's going on with Zion. Nobody does.
I forget what reporter said that they said that one of the worst things for Zion to do was to go to New Orleans because the fact that
that wasn't his choice.
I know he could ask for a trade, but there was like because of his eating habits, and it was like being in New Orleans, being in that area. Look what happened to him, and it was like that was one of the worst things for him to do. Of course, everybody wanted to go to New York for some reason, but you know,
what do you mean
for some reason?
You know
playing
why?
the most historic arena of all time.
Come on, man! It's the number one fan base in the NBA.
So you would take Zion right now?
The New York Knicks are starving for a championship.
Well, they got it.
Stop it!
Don't you do it?
I said the New York Knicks.
You said the New York fans.
No. I said the New York Knicks.
Here we go.
The New York Knicks are starving for a championship.
New York, y'all got y'all championship already.
We did.
Yes,
congratulations to Breonna Stewart.
There you go. Yeah.
Good work out of her.
Finally, there you go.
Good work out of her. Right? Good work out of her. All right, we got what to watch for tonight? Are we doing this?
Yeah.
Please save me. Do something. God almighty.
What's the last sports night? Do we do the poll questions really quick first?
Why not?
All right. Our favorite poll questions of the day. Number one, was Was the Cooper flag over the back call a foul? 75% says no. 25% says
Not
yes.
a foul.
A lot of Cougars this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. A lot of Cougar fans this morning.
Poll question number 2. Was the moment too big for John Shire? 57.1% says no, it was not.
No, not at all. He's still our guy.
Still your guy.
Still our guy.
Next poll question. Who do you got tonight? We're still 50-50 between Houston and Florida.
Wow.
Man.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
Point and a half, man.
I'm curious to see how much the line moves right
Yeah.
before tip-off.
I am too.
Kind of waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. Our next one. Who do you blame the most for the Duke loss? 50% goes to John Shire, 40% goes to the referees, and 10% goes to Cooper Flag.
Wow.
And that was all of our Pacer
That's the
poll
only reason
questions.
I think
all
Cooper
right.
Flag will stay.
So a reminder that the polls will remain open on our X account, formerly known as Twitter, at Drive Johnny D. You could also vote on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D. And if you want to put a comment into the comment box on our YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. All right, what to watch for, please.
What's a watch for tonight?
Please.
At 9:00 tonight, the final game of the college basketball season, the NCAA championship game between Florida and Houston. You can see that on CBS, also on our sister station, Party Auto Sports Radio 94.1. You can listen to it. And then other news in basketball, in the NBA at 7:00, the Sacramento Kings will be playing the Sixers. Nobody really cares, but that'll be on NBA TV. And then in baseball at 6:30, the New York Yankees will be playing the Detroit Tigers on MLB Network. At 6:45, the Dodgers will be playing the Nationals on MASN. At 9:40, the Orioles will be playing the Diamondbacks on MASN 2. And then at 11:30, if you want to watch something after the college basketball game, the Houston Astros will be playing the Seattle Mariners on MLB Network.
So Yankees playing today, huh?
3:10.
All right.
Great time.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers taking on the Nats.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Up there at Nats Park. May
Just
on
looking to get right.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Get it right. And then the New York Metropolitans are in action tonight as well. Orioles are in action tonight. 9:40 taking out the Diamondbacks. What are the Orioles? 4-6. Ugh. Not a great start.
Tell me how Mr. Juan Soto's doing. Is he doing good?
Juan Soto?
Yes.
I have no idea. I am look, the fact that he is not in a Yankees uniform, I could care less about the man. But I mean, we can look it up
I'm looking up right now. His numbers are looking like he's batting .250 right now.
What a shame.
And he has one.
What a shame.
He has 1 home run and 3 RBIs. He's walked 7 times.
I feel so bad for him.
It's
terrible.
Those are basically your numbers for Juan Soto this year so far.
What's the problem? I feel so bad for him.
I love it. As a Phillies fan, as an anti-Juan Soto fan, loving it. Loving what I'm seeing out of Soto so far.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
All that money by Mr. Cohen.
That's why we should have asked Frank to tell you how's Juan Soto doing. You feel good about that trade? You good with him?
Well, we talked about it a little bit. He wasn't too happy in the first opening series.
Oh, well, you wanted it. You got your money.
There
You with
go.
the Mets.
Got it. Got it. And just to add to my bitterness this morning, just putting on the social media. And again, the broadcast group, what was it? Sarah Ellison, I believe is her name. She does a podcast out of Baltimore. It's all about the Ravens. I mean, what are we doing here? She's got a big old 2024 stat line of Lamar Jackson. Can you name this AFC quarterback based on his 2024 stats? Enough. Let it go.
Are we hearing again about this conversation?
He lost the MVP. Get over it. God, you Raven fans, man. I'll tell you what. Unbelievable. Unreal. All right, that's going to wrap it up for a Monday.
Like Dale Earnhardt.
Man,
unbelievable.
You ain't getting 8.
You ain't getting 8.
Great
You
race
ain't getting
yesterday,
8.
by the way.
Really?
It was a great race yesterday.
Got to
Okay.
tune into that.
What happened?
It was at Darlington. You had Tyler Reddick had the lead for a long time, was up by about 12 seconds with 30 laps to go, and he got chased down by Ryan Blaney. Had a caution. Denny Hamlin, the hometown kid, won it all.
Nice. Look at you, man. Maybe you should give a race update every Monday. Since
Do
you're
people really want to hear that?
Maybe they do. I know I could care less. I know Suave could care less. Somebody cares out there.
Let's just roll out.
All right, we're going to wrap it up for a Monday edition. This has been the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Mostly cloudy today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. A chance for a strong to severe thunderstorm to mix in as well. Temperatures will be falling as we go through the day. Tonight, chance for showers and storms with lows in the 40s. For tomorrow, look for clearing skies, but much cooler. High temperatures only in the mid-50s tomorrow. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
And here's what you need to know.
Norfolk State University has named Chesapeake native Jermaine Woods the new head coach of the women's basketball team. Woods has 23 years of coaching experience. He spent the last 3 seasons as the head coach at Coppin State, leading the Eagles to their most successful season in over a decade. Woods takes over for Larry Vickers, who left NSU after 9+ seasons last month for the head women's basketball position at Auburn. The Old Dominion baseball team is back in action tomorrow with a 3 p.m. game at Norfolk State. You can listen to the game right here on Fox Sports 1310. The Tides are off today, but back home after a road trip to Charlotte. Norfolk will host the Gwinnett Stripers beginning tomorrow with first pitch at 6:35. Norfolk is looking to make adjustments to improve parking and traffic flow in the surrounding Harbor Park area. $15.8 million is being requested to help build a new parking deck. The city lost roughly 1,000 parking spaces when casino construction began. I'm Dino, Fox Sports 1310.
We are Fox Sports. You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310.
You're out, you're about, but you want your Dan Patrick. Well, good news, he goes everywhere with you. If you missed the show, you can podcast it. If you want to see the show, just go to Peacock, and we stream it live every weekday. Watch past episodes, too. The Dan Patrick Show of